We are live on a Friday night. That's right. The Wrasslin for Life Network is back. There's chaos and carnage already happening. We got Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre in the parking lot. There's an ambulance. There's Pierce. There's new faces. There's old faces. We found them. I don't want to steal a shtick. So we are all here. We're looking forward to an amazing Friday night, folks. Strap in, strap on. We got Smackdown. We got Rampage. We might have Bray Wyatt, but we definitely have Carnage already. Let's go. Let me in. We are in, and we are large and in charge, of course, folks. Like I said, this is Wrasslin for Life Network, the channel that just covers wrestling on a different level. We don't stop. Like I said, we already had a parking lot brawl. The intro's kicking off. But without further ado, I am your host, KJ White, Mr. Every Night, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I'm the guy that just won't go home and is always picking up new friends along the way. But thank you for being here. I am joined. I'm not even saying anything. Who are you?
Oh, you're going. Which one are you going to?
Yeah,
first?
I'm going to you. I'm going to you.
Of course. Yowie, wowie. You found me. Of course. I am back at it like I never left. You know, the What Man is here. And we're kicking off What? Back? What? SmackDown? What? Bray Wyatt? What? Wyndham 6? What?
Right. Let's go. And of course, there's a new face on the screen. We want to welcome Miss Ashley Rose. How are you, madame?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
Wonderful. We're looking forward to kicking off this show. I'm excited as hell. It's a Friday. Everybody put another week in the books. I hope you had a good week.
Sid, let's get this started. I'm excited.
There you go. There you go. So we're not wasting any time tonight and lots to talk about in wrestling. But right now I'm getting a replay of the strap match. But yeah, this Drew McIntyre Karrion Kross feud is not complete yet, Nick.
Yeah, no, we kicked it off with Kross and Drew McIntyre involved in an accident backstage out in the parking lot and everything. Yeah. Like, when's the last time SmackDown started off with something like that?
It's been a minute. Like, I mean, and Triple H, one of the staples has been starting the show off on a pretty good foot most nights. So I've enjoyed it. Ashley, how you feeling about Triple H taking over?
I love Papa Paul. I've always been a Papa Paul fan since I was a little child. My first screen name was Triple H fan.
Really?
Yes.
There we go. There we go. I'm a diehard Triple H fan, so that's awesome. Now, that being said, we are getting a fatal four-way to see who the number one contender for the Intercontinental title. Nick, who is that? Do you know who's in it?
We have the great Irish wrestler Rick O'Shea,
my favorite
also
Irish wrestler.
the Irish wrestler Sheamus, and then we've got Karrion Kross, who I think honestly he was my betting odd going in, or my betting favorite going in, but now after this, not so much. And Solo Sikoa is in it as well.
Right, and that's where Damien's pointing out. Damien, welcome back to the stream. The New Day are coming to the ring. Damien says Tiffany Stratton is out of action. Boo-hoo.
Yes, I saw that Dalton Castle news. I'm very excited. I love Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton's awesome.
Yeah, Dalton's great. Jericho sucks ass, but
yeah,
I love Dalton.
I'm not really looking forward to. I mean, it's interesting. You get Dalton Castle, and if that's the main event up against NXT next week, whoo, I don't know.
Right.
I love the Peacock.
Pause.
Well, that's what they call him.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's not pause.
Right.
That's true.
So yes. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't love it. I don't like Jericho's run. I had a mini tangent last night about it. But Thomas, how are you tonight? Dale, chaos off the bat. Absolutely. Hey guys, Edward, how are you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? How are Yankees doing?
Back, looking forward to tonight's SmackDown. Should be a good one. Yeah, it's stacked. Let's go, everybody. DeMarcus, how you doing tonight? Welcome back, Big Nick.
Damien, Canadian Spaceman, DeMarcus. Whoa, Big Daddy Shaw. Pause. General Curtis, everybody, what up?
That's my boyfriend.
Oh, what? Crushing everybody, everybody in the chat streams. What? Already locked up? What?
Yeah.
Already locked down. What? Don't you dare be sour.
I love the New Day.
You said next. I got Jay giving Sami shit.
Yeah, we've got Sami, the unsung hero of the bloodline, the most over man in professional wrestling.
Oh, I love Sami.
I think Sami's one of my favorite things in all of wrestling right now. And if he is he's up in the top of the number one baby faces in the entire industry, if not number one. Like, who's more over as a baby face right now? But CJ joke last night, the Acclaim's kind of over in that big baby face way. But who else?
The Acclaimed are a catchphrase. Sorry, not sorry. Sami, literally, all you have to do is have this man on screen and you get a pop.
He believed he could be a part of the bloodline, and now he's part of the bloodline. He believes so hard.
He's an honorary Uce, damn it. He's the Skamoan.
Skamoan.
He believed, and now he is.
I had a very good week. I still have. Oh, there you go. That's always good news. That's a big week.
Well, we still haven't made it fully through Friday, and we've still got Bray Wyatt coming out. That might be a holy shit moment. So you might not make it through the full week with clean underwear.
That's it. And I mean, at the end of the day, if nothing else works out, you can just cut the shit. So
facts.
This whole thing with Jay's playing it really well. Jay's underrated in this whole storyline because he hates him so much. It's obvious and it's so good.
Jay's auditioning to be like an extra in the first Roman movie at this point, I feel. He's just showing off the acting chops of like that. Even that face, when he first was looking at Sami, you don't have to be a wrestling fan. That's meme worthy right there.
Right. So it's Sami versus Kofi Kingston. Get your predictions in honor of the return. Get your Nick picks in.
Pause.
Send
Nick picks responsibly, folks.
Right. Bray is the most powerful fictional character ever, especially with all this mythology behind it. His character.
Taker.
I mean, yeah, Bray's on the verge of it. Like, he's got time to put in, and if he gets a run where it's not so stop and start, yes, absolutely. But we're not there yet. We're just beginning.
He's on par with, or getting close to Taker with having at least that much lore. No other character in professional wrestling has that much lore outside of Bray Wyatt.
Ashley, you Bray Wyatt fan?
I am a big Bray Wyatt fan. I was so happy when he returned. The whole White Rabbit thing was very exciting to watch.
Now, did you think it was Bray the whole time, or did you?
Yes, there was no one else I could imagine it being. There was other people, but I was like, no, it has to be Bray. It has to be.
Time out. There's a random skeleton sitting front row center here, off the hard kick.
Well, I mean, it is around Halloween time.
Yeah.
Watch that be.
Are they in New Orleans?
No, I'm trying to remember where they are tonight. I thought they were. But it's still, at this point now, it's so funny that we're looking for any sort of clue anywhere, anything, any sign in the crowd, instantly people latch onto.
Well, you know what's crazy about that, though? That last clue we got on Monday, I think a lot of people slept on it at first. Like, I think like a part of the collective was like, fuck, we already know it's Bray. What could this be? But then when people started digging, they were like, this is really cool. And then people started talking about it a little more. But that last clue on Monday took a minute to kind of get a sizzle to it.
Well, yeah, we've got them. Now we just want to see it out in the open. We don't want to keep digging anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask both of you this question. I asked CJ last night, if he continues with the QR code, we call them the Bray R codes. Like, if he continues with this, what even if he uses it to tell everybody who he's going to fight next, or like it's an ongoing thing for him where you get these little random QR codes that tell you something about what Bray's up to.
Yeah, or it could be like who's the witch going to be, like a clue who that may be, or the other people. I don't know. I saw something today that looked interesting on the online. Eva Marie said she wants to come back. And I was like, you got fired twice, girl. I don't think you're coming back.
That would mark hell has officially frozen over.
Yes.
Eva Marie is with Bray Wyatt.
I saw that on the internet today, and I was like, what? No. That can't be. That I was like, no. Just no.
But no, to KJ, to your point of if he kept doing the QR codes, I think it would be interesting because I mean they almost were seemed like they were going to try that with the hacker gimmick before they just gave up on it super quick.
Yeah.
So if they did this, I mean it already caught wildfire last time.
Yeah.
So if they managed to keep doing it while he's still, if they can blend that him being in ring and doing that, it works perfectly. But that's going to be a hard balance to do, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, at what point do people get tired of the riddles? I mean,
right.
I mean, it's got some legs. I think if you continue to trickle out clues that kind of, hey, show up in this show, or hey, this is, I mean, like I said, this week, obviously, we're getting hints at who could be in the Wyatt Six, which I'm pumped at.
We still don't truthfully know if it's even a faction or not. That's the thing.
I missed you.
That's true. We don't.
Say that shit to me.
You don't know, but everyone speculates.
Right.
It's a faction, man.
But that's the thing. But no, that's why I love that it's still also up in the air. By the way, I'm taking Sami in the match.
Me too.
Commercial break. But it's one of those things that it's so up in the air because you still don't technically even know if it's a faction or not. You don't know who's in it, all of that, any sort of thing with it, truthfully, until Bray comes out. And the first time that Bray speaks will probably be the quietest that this channel has been ever since he returned.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, just like a complete pause, right? Like, what else? It's like nothing else that we've seen in quite a while.
It's very much up there with like that kind of Undertaker mythos and everything. So I get why people want to always make that comparison, that 1A to 1B type thing.
Absolutely. What's up, Hassan? How you doing tonight? Kofi for the win from Dale. How do we feel about The Rock's comment about being head of the table? I love it.
Setting up the match. That's what he's doing.
No,
setting up the match.
I think that's going to be, when that does happen, that's going to be like the WrestleMania.
Oh, absolutely. You don't do that anywhere but WrestleMania. But I've now also heard the theory thrown out there that maybe we get Roman on both nights if they do 2 nights. We get Roman Rock night 1 because night 1 always seems to overshadow night 2 for whatever reason. And then maybe we get, say, Roman versus Cody night 2.
Well, first and foremost, one's usually better because people generally, it's a 2-night event. And I think it's.
I know you hate the 2-night event.
I hate the 2-night event.
I said a bad word.
Yeah, burn them out. But nonetheless, the point is, because there's only so much talent you got. But Roman doing double duty, I wonder how I feel about that.
Well, it's funny you say there's only so much talent you got with now we've got.
Well, now you have a bunch
brothers, everybody's showing up now. So.
Right. Sami is underrated.
That's my daughter.
Wow, you're popular.
Right. What?
I thought
got the whole family showing up. What? Family reunion on SmackDown. What? Got the bloodline. What?
Yeah, that's my whole family. I guess they're all watching. I didn't know.
Are you related?
And we thought we were popular. You
right? Are you related to Mike Clayton by chance?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we got one. Stan the New Day. There you go. I don't like the New Day as very much either. So, but I want to see Sami win. However, if Jay costs him another loss, it's going to get interesting.
I got to put the subtitles on. I usually watch it with subtitles, and it bothers me that I can't watch it with subtitles right now.
Yeah.
I can't see, and I need subtitles.
I have it going on 2 different monitors right now.
Right. Yes, New Orleans for SmackDown. Yes, I was right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good place for it to be. I mean, where you see, like, we were talking about the skeleton in the crowd. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's New Orleans. That's crazy.
Does that mean that we get Bayou, cult leader Swamp Bray back?
Yeah, let's go.
Fiend Bray?
Yeah.
I love the Fiend. That's such a great character. I loved him.
What if we get that weird what if we get a unique amalgamation of the two?
Yeah, because I think he is pushing to be different, right? Different mask, different look, different feel. Like, I do think there's We're not going to get exactly a rendition of something we know.
But we could get still hints to it, because that's the one thing with Bray is everything always somehow ends up tied together. Everything's interwoven somehow, some way.
It's crazy, right? Boom, big clothesline.
2 count was Sami. I'm sure you already got that like 5 minutes ago, KJ.
So you're ahead of us by how much?
I just got a clothesline, and that was
I got there. I got the replay of the clothesline.
All right, so I got a scoop slam, and now Sami's going up top.
Yep, you're still ahead. I'm used to it at this point. You'll get used to it, actually.
Right.
Oh no, not up to that. That wasn't up to that.
Sami on the top. Kofi catches him with a drop kick, and Sami for the win.
If you talk enough, you somehow end up syncing up, so it works out.
Oh, really? You just you talk and then it syncs up like that?
Right. It's somehow it's some sort of weird paradigm shift that happens and everything like that.
Right.
I'm getting him to the top now. Maybe I'm behind all of you.
Yes, you are actually.
I'm sorry. I'm New York time. We're behind, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, see, I knew I liked you out the gate. I'm from New York.
Oh, what
part? Well, upstate, actual like North Country.
Oh, where upstate?
Potsdam.
Oh no, I had family in Queensbury.
Oh yeah, no.
That's further.
Keep going. Like I'm basically where he is in Canada.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, I live on Long Island now. I grew up in Brooklyn.
No, I live in New England now.
Oh, is it cold by you yet?
Nah. Anyways.
Anyway.
Later. No, I'm just kidding.
While we're watching wrestling, folks.
What?
What?
Think one of the Usos cost Sami his match. That's my prediction. Usually the Usos do meddle in the match. That's kind of like their spiel.
Where's Jimmy? Why isn't Jimmy there? What happened?
Valid point. I was going to say they're not in a different country, so he can actually get to this place.
I was going to make a joke.
But so yeah, well, it's fitting that if that's going to happen, it'd be Jay that's there, because Jay's the one that's obviously got the beef with Sami, all of that.
You know what? I like Damien's thought here. I think. Oh shit! There goes Kofi. Kofi just got chucked, and we're gone to commercial, folks. But
I just got there.
Yeah,
I'm not on commercial yet.
That's funny.
But folks, let us know what you're taking for this match. I haven't seen too many actual predictions. I know we've given ours, but
and I'm kind of feeling this whole Kofi steals a win here. I got to roll up in my system.
The most dangerous move in professional wrestling, the surprise roll up.
Boss Monster. Whose friend is this guy? No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Boss Monster? He's very perceptive, Boss Monster.
Howdy, y'all.
Thank you, Captain Obvious, boss.
Right. Now, folks, we are in a commercial break, or at least two of us.
Yes, I am now.
There we go. We are in a commercial break. I will remind everybody we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. You should already know that. But we are here all week long, almost every single week of the year. We do like 340 days. Feels like more than that. But we don't stop, folks. Stay tuned. More coming your way. And then we cover all the shows, all the wrestling. We cover wrestling on a different level. We are the wrestling fans you don't get in real life. You never know who's going to be on screen, who's going to pop in for a guest spot, who's going to, come back.
Why?
What? But that's it, folks. Like, subscribe, join. We'll keep you up to date on all that's going on. News, everything else, our original content, our podcast. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. How are we doing so far?
Absolutely. No, I'm going to just piggyback off that. Yes, folks, this absolutely is your wrestling home. This is, come, show up, kick your feet up, hang out with the fam, talk some wrestling, maybe talk some other stuff, have a laugh, put a smile on your face. Absolutely. Like KJ said, we're the wrestling fans, the wrestling family you can't get in real life. So
that is true.
Much like the Wyatt Six, let us in.
Let us in.
Speaking of family, CJ Brand. So the fans all here now. There you go.
Yeah.
What comes around is all around, Ricky.
Right. Ashley. The shit man himself. I hope you're having a wonderful night. CJ, big shout out
in Mexico, I saw that.
What?
Yeah, there's some GCW.
Yeah.
I saw Joey Janela getting on the plane. I saw that. I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
I love Janela.
Jelly Nutella.
Moving on. Yeah.
Joey
Janela. Joey Jarhead. Joey Jelly. Yeah.
Jelly. Joey, who put that in
besides there? Though, me, I know at least probably me and KJ have a kind of halfway love-hate relationship with GCW after we were going to watch one of their shows, like we were live streaming it, and it was a tape delay, and they couldn't figure it out on the tape delay on
that
flight.
Was, what was that a couple weeks? That was the second
was when they were over in Japan.
Yeah. 2.5 for Sami.
Oh, I just came back.
Is KJ forming the new Wyatt 6? This is the Wrasslin 6.
I would be in the Wyatt 6. I'm okay with that. I'll be the witch.
There we go.
I gotta be Huskies.
Well, I was gonna say, I guess I'm the Fiend because you're already got the Bray gimmick going on.
So does that just make me Bray? Wait,
there
what?
There you go. Jimmy going to turn heel on the Bloodline. I don't know. I think they'll get him back in check.
I think she might be right. She's my kid.
I agree to disagree. To me, I feel that it's going to be the Bloodline turns more heel on Sami, that they eventually finally kick him out.
I will warn your child that I can't be condoned. I can't hold my language.
Yeah,
it's fine.
TVMA.
Again, I'm from New York.
Yeah,
that's true. That's part of the vocabulary.
But Isabella, I hope you're having a wonderful night. Remember, any of the bad stuff you hear from us tonight, just don't repeat it at school. Bray Wyatt will present this Halloween monster in the toilet.
What?
What? Oh,
very nice, very evil. Danhausen.
I just got a 2 count on a Blue Thunder bomb.
Of course,
I missed your comments. You'll be back.
Right? Why?
Nope.
We're getting things figured out, folks.
Right.
We want Janela.
No, we don't. Sorry.
It's okay. You could agree to disagree.
Yeah,
that's what's beautiful about it. You could agree to disagree.
Hey, see, take a lesson, wrestling fans. See, you can actually disagree with someone.
All kumbaya, and everyone gets along. It's fine.
He's got the whole world.
We skipped your comment. My apologies, Edward. Trust me, we're doing our best. You will be very happy. Oh no, I got to go back up. Why didn't you just put it there?
Why?
You missed my comment. It was this.
I'm getting.
Making me do work. I don't come to your job and make you do shit.
Right. I don't show up at your job and tell you what to do.
Hey Nick, I'm going to Halloween Havoc next week.
We'll be shown.
Glad we didn't miss
Yes. I want pictures. I will blast that everywhere. That we'll throw you somewhere on something.
I want to see the Wrasslin for Life sign.
Absolutely. I want a picture of you on screen holding a Wrasslin for Life t-shirt, like sign, or I'll put that on a t-shirt.
What with the question mark?
Right, just what?
For that.
And what in the QR code?
Yes, the QR code.
That's what we're going to commission all our fans. If you go to a live show, sign with the QR code. Let's go. Oh, we got Triple H.
Oh, hi. And
talking to the police.
Sami got the win, by the way, though.
Yes, he did. I just saw that I'm behind, so behind.
No, I think we're good. You and I.
No, it's good because I missed it, and then you watch it, and you're like, "Hey,
see, that's how it works out." See,
there's Papa Paul talking to the cops, shaking hands,
and we got Rey Mysterio here on SmackDown.
Right, that young upstart that still hasn't grown into his full body yet. Rey Mysterio.
He's such a small child.
His son, Eddie's son, is taller than him.
He is, yeah.
Bro. There's no proof. Just
just the mullet, the stash, the attraction to big, strong, powerful women, the hatred for Rey Mysterio. Should I keep going? Because I could probably keep going. The heel turn. Why?
Right. How do you feel about?
Oh, we said that already.
Oh yeah. All right. Sometimes I start reading, and that's where like obscene comments get in.
It's okay. I'm allowed to be sassy to him. I'm allowed to be sassy to him.
New Orleans for SmackDown. Okay, so let's see. I scrolled back up. This is Edward's fault. Thanks, Edward.
Yeah, it makes sense that the skeleton was there then.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. Dom does look like Eddie.
Yes, he's a little Eddie.
It's possible,
Guerrero, folks.
You know, maybe they were getting a little,
do something strange for a little piece of change.
There you go. Right? You know, a little bit of swap party. Party.
Eddie 619 Dom's mom.
Ashley, welcome to the channel.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine.
I have no filter.
Oh, it's fine. I don't have a filter usually either. This is my first time, so maybe I'm holding back, but I'll go full force. It's okay.
No, you're good. Whole lot of pause moments there with you mentioning it being your first time.
Just let it go. We're never going to get anywhere with this. That should actually be our slogan. The channel with no filter.
Right? Why?
4 hosts, no filters.
No, that sounds pause on that. I should have a drum beat before the intro.
Jason believes that the person in a skull mask is a plant.
That's not a bad idea. That could happen.
Could be. I mean, we had, the Wyatt Sesame Street gang show up at Extreme Rules. So
Barney and friends, man.
Right, Barney and Wyatt and friends. Ray and friends.
It's like a little game you have to play. Could be a plant. We don't know. It's like a little puzzle game.
Thank you, Isabella. Very nice.
Oh, thanks.
She's a Hook fan, eh?
Yeah, she is.
Valdez, indeed. What did Valdez say?
I'll do it. 6-pack.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be changed. You do it for a stick of gum and a 6-pack.
Exactly. Do it for a handshake and a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
There
Thank you. It is. It's in the vocabulary.
Exactly. I think it's part of, A, B, C, fuck.
Bungle, yes. That's how the alphabet goes.
Right.
That Dom and Eddie gimmick has aged beautifully. That's
yes.
Long-term booking.
Right. Mm-hmm. What they should do is blood test on a blood test ladder match where if
easy Vince.
If Dom gets up there, he gets to find out his actual paternity, and if Ray gets up there, it stays a secret forever.
They do a second, custody of Dom part 2 between Ray and Rhea.
What is Maury there giving out the results?
Ray, the results are in. Turns out you are not the father.
Clearly not the father.
Not the father. Not the father.
Maury's like, I don't have to open this motherfucker.
Right. I can see through this shit. Stevie Wonder could figure out this shit.
Me and my same-sex life partner love some Danhausen. Don't judge.
Everyone loves Danhausen.
Yeah, I think portion of that sentence.
Love who you want to love, baby.
But yeah,
I know.
Let it do what it do.
No judgment. We just don't. I don't like that you're a Danhausen fan.
Still not as bad as an Orange Cassidy fan.
But I was so bummed. I could hear you.
That's the thing. I replayed that clip to where you're like, that's the one thing I want is you on here to just talk shit about Orange Cassidy winning.
I guess if you're not an Orange Cassidy fan.
No.
Oh, you hate him that
much? This man had to hard sell me on the fact that he could actually have a halfway decent match with Will Ospreay. That man is the mascot of the company. He is Wendy Chu to the fullest extent.
Oh, shit. Man.
We're going to get there on Rampage. I'm sure we will.
We will. But, folks, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, subscribe, join the channel. And click that little bell. You never know when we're going to pop up or what's new or what wrestling we're going to cover. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy few weeks, actually. So we are looking forward to getting into next week as well. So don't go anywhere. We cover all the shows, folks, and we cover your favorites. And don't forget, we do take suggestions. Not demands, Damien. Suggestions.
Right. Suggestions. Damn it.
I'm on commercial right now, so I'm assuming you guys are.
So am I.
Right. I'm right there. We'll be right back.
Let Vicky give Dom the results. That's it. We bring Vicky Guerrero back, and she's like, "Excuse me, that's my kid." What?
What?
Oh, by the way, yeah, we have. Is it Cora Jade going to be on SmackDown, or is it Roxy?
Roxanne Perez is going to pick Cora Jade's opponent from SmackDown, and Cora Jade's picking Roxy's opponent from Raw.
So this is the beginning of them stacking this NXT to try and prove a point.
Oh, absolutely. This is. Sorry, Ashley. Go ahead.
It's okay. You can continue.
This is very much after Papa Paul had everything in NXT taken away from him when they went head to head with Dynamite, and now Vince isn't there anymore. This is him just swinging that sledgehammer as hard as he can at Tony Khan, saying, "I got something for your ass."
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what would it be like on Wednesday morning if we wake up and literally NXT does outdo Dynamite?
Oh, I would bet on that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen though.
I like it.
If they don't have like a good stack card Tuesday night, no one's gonna tune in. Plus, I think the baseball playoffs are going on too that they have to compete with.
Right. Listen, it's hard on the viewership that when stuff moves around and it hurts them because some fans don't go looking. Well, so Roxy's breaking news. Roxy picked her opponent or her the person to represent her, and it's Raquel Gonzalez.
Ooh.
Isn't that still Braun Strowman's girlfriend?
Speaking of Braun Strowman, Braun.
Right. Yeah, I believe it is. God damn you, Gage.
If you just, I know that gossip.
No, I was even just saying because now we've got Braun coming out right now. This man's coming talking to us from the future of wrestling.
Right.
I've always loved Braun.
Really? He's the guy I thought would never honestly go back to WWE again. Then again, same thing with like the Good Brothers, honestly, because Carl Anderson talked a lot of shit on his way out.
What?
Yeah, he talked a lot. He had tweet out, "There's no chance we'd ever go back unless I need, another pool or something." Like, okay, pal.
He's back.
Right.
Never say never.
He needed another pool. He finally was like, "Shit, you know what? We got to get this second pool in here. I got to call it Triple H." But I mean, listen, people say a lot of shit. At the end of the day, money talks, and that's the way it goes. A lot of people, this is my last match, right? Ric Flair will give you $1 million. I'm back. Woo!
Right.
Like,
woo! Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fucking we got by the way, we got a handicap match, Braun Strowman versus 2 local enhancement talents.
They're getting back to how Braun was before when they first separated him from the Wyatt Club of just squashes, local jobbers.
That's such a squash match, yeah. These poor young men.
Right. Dun, 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 dun.
But now, would you rather see these guys that Braun's facing in a match on, say, like Dark? Because that's where they would end up if they were into AEW.
Bro, but if they'd be in Dark. Now they're just on a main show.
Oh, shit!
Almost!
I don't want to see this. This is definitely a crown jewel match, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, him and Omos, yes.
This is King Kong versus Godzilla. This is Kaiju versus Kaiju. This is, one monster versus another monster.
Do you feel that way, though? Is Omos built up enough that you're like, oh, fuck, this is going to be great?
I just want to see it just for the sheer size in the ring and everything.
Yes.
To see Braun Strowman next to Omos and just to see the size comparison and all of that. It's going to be watching 2 trees try and have a wrestling match. It's going to be slow, dull, and fucking boring.
Yeah.
But it's going to just be impressive to watch still.
Definitely for Crown Jewel, though. I think they'll up it for that.
Absolutely. 1 foot pin on 2 men. It's over.
Yeah. Almost like a certain AEW TNT champion.
Oh, Warlow.
After a powerbomb.
No, it has to do the sympathy of. He has to do like multiple power bombs, like 5, and then he like, oh, I won. Oh, so surprised.
You watch some of Braun's matches when it was like him versus one opponent, and he literally lines them up for the powerbomb the exact same way that Wardlow does everything. It literally looks like anything you can do, I can do better.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I want how badly I want to see that match.
It's very much a crown jewel match to where, it's out of, I guess, somehow the wrestling continuity, like the WWE storylines of it's the land forgotten of. That's why we're getting Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns there. That's why Goldberg always wrestles there. We might get Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley there. We might get Daniel Cormier there. We get kind of the I hate to say it, sideshow matches there because they're still stuck in. They wanted to have Yokozuna, wrestle, I think, like Hulk Hogan in a match over there. Well, sorry about that, brother, but I don't think it's going to work out for you.
Dun, dun, dun. Fatal 4-way tonight for the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental title. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. I don't think Solo's going to win. I know a lot of people think he's going to win, but I don't know. I think it'd be too soon for him to win a chance at a belt.
So who do you think wins?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Sheamus because we already saw that match. So I don't know. It could be Karrion. It could be Karrion.
Fair enough. Who do you think, KJ?
Oh, shit. If Karrion wins, he's going after. Could it be Sheamus again?
That's what I was saying. We just saw that.
What do you think? I think Sheamus. I think we had a 5-star match. We had the match at Extreme Rules that was potentially match of the night even. And it opened the show. There's still meat on them bones when it comes to, that match, that storyline, that banger after banger after
It was
banger.
A good match.
True. So I think that could very much still work as a potential feud because Ricochet, he's halfway got a thing with Solo. I don't know. He's kind of just floating in the abyss. Karrion, he's going after Drew. He's not going after Gunther. We just had that whole chaos thing that started off the show and everything to where Karrion might be hurt and all that because he was holding his shoulder. So, like you said, Ashley, he's got stuff going on with the bloodline. He just had the North American title and then turned around and had to vacate it, just like they acted like he just showed up and just won it, surprising to anyone, even though it was filmed and all that. But so I don't think that he's going to challenge for the IC title. So I think even just by sheer elimination, it's got to be Sheamus.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I'm just hoping that someone else. I don't know. That was 2 great matches. So I'm just saying it was 2. Those were
so
great
why
matches.
3?
Yeah, there were 3. Yes.
3rd time's a charm, right? I mean, you have that option, that opportunity. I mean, do they go back to the well? It's possible, but
that's how they do a best of 7, and then they become a tag team, and they call themselves like the Rab instead of the Bar.
Right. The what?
Rab. Bar backwards.
Rab. Solo wins. Karrion and Sheamus start a feud.
Ooh.
No. I think Drew could fuck Sheamus up.
I can't see Solo winning a chance at a belt so soon to coming up to the main roster. I just can't see it.
Yeah, maybe not. But they are the bloodline.
They have to give all the belts. Just give them the belts now. Just take them all.
Well, if there was the title he was going to go after, it would be that one.
Makes sense. Yeah, I agree. I just didn't. I mean, it makes me nervous. I don't necessarily want Gunther to lose it yet.
Yeah, well, I don't think. Well, yeah, that's the thing is you have to put someone up there that they could potentially still eat a loss because do you really want Gunther losing that? And if you now, side question, would it feel awkward? And hi, Victor. Yowie wowie, you found me. But would it feel weird that if they do give Sheamus the IC belt, that they didn't do it in Cardiff, that they didn't do it anywhere else, that it's probably, say it's on 2 weeks from now on SmackDown? Like, doesn't that seem a little flat?
I mean, if he wins tonight and then they kind of keep building towards it, you can kind of recreate a moment. Cardiff would have been nice. It really would. But it was a hell of a match.
It was such a great match.
Uh-oh. Jay giving you're welcome, Sami.
I just came back from the commercial break.
You're a little behind.
A little bit.
I got Jay and Sami arguing again.
Is it interesting though, too, I guess, that how much the bloodline actually really is on TV, but they don't ever feel stale. It doesn't feel like they're taking up too much airtime. It doesn't feel uninteresting. You're never bored with it. All of that.
No.
It took me a while to actually like them. At the beginning, I didn't like them at all.
Well, they are heels, dear.
Yes, but I do love myself a good heel.
There you go. No, I mean they've grown and they've grown. I mean, as heels, they've been outstanding. Roman's on a different level right now, and this is good. And maybe
the Strowman Express is growing. Right now. Ronnie the Strowman. Showing up, letting you folks know how far behind she is on the stream. That Strowman just made an entrance right now.
Yes, the Strowman Express
She's
comes
that
through
close to
my
the
house.
arena that when Strowman came out, you heard the train go right through. And speaking of how we're getting LA Knight tonight and everything, now we've got coming out. Pause. So we're getting Mansoor, terrible name.
I don't like it.
LA Knight.
I can't. I'm so pumped, and they're gonna get the LA Knight. I'm like, yes.
That's who he should be. Screw messing around with and all of that. Go be in the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title. Give me Gunther versus LA Knight.
Yep. What are you wearing?
That was the Valdez Express.
Yes.
Yes, baby. You finally got it. You had your moment in the sun.
Right? Choo choo. When you said earlier the train might go by, I didn't know. Like
I didn't think. Goddamn.
I live right by it. I said I do.
I couldn't tell if that went by me or by you.
I thought there would be like a little rumble in the above or something. Like, oh, there goes the train.
Are you on the train right now, dear?
I'm sorry. I can't control
I work with it. It's great. I just wasn't expecting it.
LA Knight. Yeah, I'll take your predictions on this next match, but it better be unanimous. But we got Mansoor versus LA Knight.
Who do you have for this match, and why is it LA Knight?
True.
Yeah. At this point,
I just don't like the name Mansoor. I don't even like his name. His name bothers me.
You have Mansoor or Mansour and Masse.
Yes.
I never got into this whole modeling thing. It irks me.
That's the thing. Nobody did except a bunch of creepy old men who don't work in the company anymore.
It just bothered me. I was like, ew, that doesn't feel right.
LA Knight. Alexander. LA Knight versus tastes good sour guys.
What the fuck?
What? Son of a bitch.
I feel like now people are just saying shit, just asking to get Paul.
Right? LA Knight for the win. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, and because Hunter's always wanted LA Knight, Eli Drake, the man was in the 2K games before he was ever signed a WWE contract. They still had his player model, his animations, all of that. Right. So I'm expecting now that Hunter's in charge, we should see him go after at least the top mid-card title.
Yeah, and LA's awesome. Like we talked about him many times. Like the minute he walks through the curtain, he's fucking on. Like everything he does is on point. Like he legitimately like the eye movements, the body movement, everything he does matters. It's awesome.
Oh, he's the king of Kavorka, to quote his own verbiage. I've seen people compare that man to The Rock with the same kind of cadence, delivery, and everything on his promo. And I think that's what makes him so catchy. You're just drawn to it. And he fits that personality, that character so well.
Right.
He's what Mr. Kennedy should have been.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Right.
I guess it's unanimous. LA Knight for the win.
Yeah, nobody wants to see Mansoor win.
Right? No one wants to see any more of the maximum male models.
No, I don't know. They could just disintegrate. I know. No. Poof.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, they could just go off my TV. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Are they one half of the Wyatt Six?
I mean,
Mansour's Abby the Witch.
Oh, stop that. I mean, they're going to Saudi Arabia. Can Mansoor go back as Mansoor?
Right.
That's very
Saudi Superman has lost all his powers. He's been around too much kryptonite. Just wait until they go over there.
They're like, oh, the Americans ruined them just like everyone else. Shit.
Right.
Mike Bailey, Matt Taven, and Maria all signed with Elite Wrestling.
They did.
Oh, that hurts me.
They all did.
Well,
I read that as well.
I have not read that yet. That is breaking.
Wait, Mike Bailey or Mike Bennett?
Mike Bennett, I imagine.
Yeah, Mike Bennett. That's what I read earlier today.
So they signed the OGK.
Well, WWE might hesitate because the last time they signed them, it just kind of turned into surprise, we're pregnant. So thanks.
That's true.
But Matt Taven, I was hoping, especially with the rumors of like Vincent and Co. being backstage, that maybe we get something like that. Maybe that was involved in the Wyatt Six potentially.
But no,
I think Mike Bennett and Matt Taven would be super talented. Maria, I could give a fuck less about.
Yeah, I don't really care about her, but I did read that today.
Why don't we like Maria? I think Maria's come a long way, and I mean, I think part of her decision to go with AEW is we got 1, 2, 3.
BFT for the 1, 2, 3. No, Maria is just Brandy Rhodes with red hair.
Yeah, look, someone else mentioned that, and I just saw it online.
Brandy Rhodes with red hair.
Actually, it was your dude. He said Bray Wyatt's up next, and then I saw a couple of people say, I thought they said Bray was next, but he hasn't been next.
No, well, they're going to keep us guessing. We don't know when Bray's going to show up. Think about it. We didn't know even until we got the lights going out after we got, the little placard in the corner and everything, that it was even going to be Bray Wyatt showing up. And still, until he took the mask off, we didn't know it was Bray.
Let me talk to you.
They're going to keep this whole Bray thing.
Oh, he's going heel night. That's even better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
He's got that kind of Rick Rude a bit to him and everything.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say when this match started off, like when he was first coming out in that, I said, him as a babyface is fine because now we're all pumped that we got LA Knight back. But for them to switch him right into heel, go, wait, I didn't win that for you. You people suck. And I'm putting everybody on notice. That is the Eli Drake you want. That is the LA Knight. Yes, Dale.
Absolutely. It very much. Yeah, I was a heel before. Just because I got my old name back doesn't mean I'm still not a prick. So I'm still going to be a heel.
Yo, the return of Bray Wyatt up next.
What?
But they're not going to replay Extreme Rules again, are they?
They probably will. The whole thing.
No, we don't know what we're going to get. We could get literally a Firefly Funhouse.
I'm so excited.
Vignette. We could literally get Bray actually coming out and cutting a promo. We could get anything.
Oh, Bray. I want to slap Vince McMahon with my flip-flop. You hang out with Riddle?
Right.
He's a bit funnier as a heel. Yeah, he's sharp. He's sarcastic. He's good as a heel. And I will remind everybody, because we are on a commercial break, if you are just tuning in for the first time, subscribe. We cover all the shows. We give you live updates. We give you breaking news. We will keep you up to the minute of everything that's going on in wrestling, including the show we're watching. We cover everything. We don't shy away from any company, GCW, NWA. We just roll through everything. New Japan, WWE, AEW, Impact. We cover it all, even though we did taper off a little bit. But, folks, like, subscribe, join the family, be a part of it. We're glad that you're here. Ashley, Nick, big shout out to CJ. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Friday night. We're rolling along. A lot of excitement, a lot of news. I think we're going to see a lot of these these quick signings. And I think you're going to see Tony throw money at people. And maybe even if he's just throw some money at it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is Tony, does he just get into, spend more money, more guaranteed contracts, all of that? But yes, absolutely. Like I've said before, like KJ said, like CJ said, like everybody said, this is your home for professional wrestling content, whether it be WWE, what? AEW, what? NWA, what? BCW, what? GCW, what? XPW, what? And we're obviously still very much growing the fan. We've got Ashley showing up tonight. We've had Big Rig from BWO. We just had the interview. Sorry,
Kingston.
There we go.
From FFPW.
So, absolutely. Always new faces showing up around here. And we're covering anything and everything. We, like KJ said, we take suggestions, not demands. So make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification like they do at the start and end of every match, because you never know when we're going to show up. When we're covering randomly, hey, we just decide to go on and talk about this. Or, hey, GCW's got a show going on in Mexico, Japan, wherever the goddamn place. And we'll cover that.
Is this going to be a live stream of SmackDown or just their reactions? It's the reaction to the show. We can't put the show actually on, sir. We would love to, but they get a little picky about that. But yeah, we'll definitely keep you updated.
Do you understand what copyright is, sir? There we go.
Hey, I'm half Puerto Rican. He's getting hit with a
chacleta.
Right? Yeah. Boom. Valdez has spoken. Who do you think you are, Frankie? Where are we going tonight? You ain't thonging, Mr. McMahon.
What?
You made me read that.
Pause.
Right. Oh shit. Even Wrestling Revolver on December 3rd, season finale. The Wrestling Revolver looks good as well. We'll take a look. We got to take a look. Things are shaping up. Lots of wrestling to cover. One day I want to join, but I want to establish my name in wrestling on YouTube before I join this group. All right, Blackstar. Thank you for that.
You got to do shit. I didn't have any sort of a name anywhere, and I showed up here.
Me too today.
Right.
For fans, as long as you are all about the positive vibes, smiles, and a good time, and you can talk, I'll listen.
Right.
So we're getting.
If you don't listen, I'll listen. And if neither of us listen, CJ will listen.
Somebody will listen.
Somebody will listen to you.
I moved my screen to where I was watching it from.
So we're getting like a condensed recap now.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little bit of like a glitchy replay of it all. Okay. At least they didn't redo it all again.
I still enjoy that though on Raw on Monday night that they showed the whole thing again.
Right.
It was that big of a moment.
I liked it.
It really was. It was.
He even said, "I'm here and there," and no one heard it because the crowd was deafening with "Holy shit!"
loud.
In over 2 years, the return of Bray Wyatt. So, folks, if you are not tuned in right now, I suggest you do so. If you have friends who were, are, was, wrestling fans, I suggest that you let them know to tune in right now.
Yes. Big Rig in the house. Ooh, hell yeah.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
All right. So the brand split feels pretty over at this point because now we got all control delete.
Oh, there's Bailey.
Well, they're tag champs, so they jump between.
They get to jump.
Yep.
Now Bailey's pissed off at Roxy for picking, or giving her shit at least for picking Raquel Gonzalez.
But they still keep teasing Bray's next, and then here's another match. Bray's next. Here's a video package. God damn you.
Yeah, stop fucking with my emotions.
So excited.
You play with my emotions, Papa Paul.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what happens to people that play with my emotions.
I'm pushing my name out there. That's all you can do, folks. I woke up one day and I thought, fuck it. And here we are. So that's all you can do. Put yourself out there. Take a risk. Everybody's nervous. Everybody feels weird. And some nights it's tricky. And when you first start out, it's way more interesting than you imagine. And you'll go through those ups and downs, especially if you do live stuff. You'll have moments where you're like, that didn't go as planned. But just keep getting up, keep trying. That's all we can do every day is put your best foot forward.
Absolutely. I was going to say, if someone speaking from personal experience and everything, all you literally have to do is try.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to do is try and see where it takes you.
That's what I did.
What?
That's what I did. My family got tired of hearing me speak, so now you get to hear me.
Oh, sounds like my wife.
Trifecta, right?
Right.
Just go talk to other people about this shit.
Right,
I don't care
anymore.
Yes.
Get out of my face with this.
Fuck another. Oh, look, here comes the tank.
I love that she brought back the tank.
Oh, the big rig. Will Ospreay, aerial assassin. Hi.
I love Ospreay.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Right. Are you surprised though that they're not pumping out the whole thing about like the music video that Shotzi and Scarlett dropped today and everything? That they
Can I just say that the whole video, they were all three of them were smoke shows. Just FYI, they're all so hot in that video. Just saying.
They're more than the 2 thumbs up.
They're just a smoke show. The full 10. Just saying.
Right.
Okay, you're fine. What?
Didn't they say right after the opening
They did.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think a couple people pointed it out. I saw it on Twitter where people are like, what the fuck? But they just keep like, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We promise.
Setting that hook in. Keep setting that hook in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then people keep turning in. He's going to come. He's coming.
Pause.
What if Triple H can get Rey Mysterio to stay in WWE? Do you see him going to AEW? No, he had the opportunity to go to AEW, and I mean, he wanted to hang out with his kid. But I think Rey Mysterio pretty much either retires in WWE, maybe has a bit of a swan song, down south, where his legend is that much bigger. But yeah, I don't know if he'll go to AEW.
No,
I don't think so. I feel like he's a true WWE guy. He's not going to jump ship.
No, they gotta have the merch sales to sell the masks and everything like that. And they can give him the lightest schedule possible if need be. Look at The Undertaker. He's done the whole away from WWE and now he's back. So absolutely he's not going to go anywhere.
No, he's staying. He'll retire there.
Right. And so now so for those following along, we've got Damage Control versus Raquel, Shotzi, and Roxanne Perez. I keep trying not to call her Roxy. But so what are you taking for this match, Ashley?
Me? I think Damage Control is going to win only because they're so over right now and they're the champions.
Fair enough.
And I've always been a Bayley fan, FYI.
No, fair enough. I've felt that way very much, but it's when they had to go back and redo the whole how they got the titles after they should have won them in the tournament, and everything. I feel like they're halfway. They don't know what to make of them, and I could still see them trying to do with the Roxy push. They're trying to big up that NXT to go against Dynamite. So I think maybe she gets the win and you make her give her that little bit of a rub.
I'm just so glad they brought back the tank.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that. I was so excited when they brought that back.
Yeah, it was weird to see her come up from NXT with Shotzi and Knox, and then they just kind of have the tank, and then all of a sudden it goes away and she's suddenly heel and all of that. Where the hell is Alicia Fox? Inquiring minds want to know. I believe she recently got engaged or married. And also she's retired from professional wrestling, if you want to know, Canadian Spaceman. I think that's the most up-to-date I can give you on Alicia Fox out of the top of my head there. Might be full of shit. The world may never know.
I could be your gossip person. I know. I don't know that, but I know a lot of gossip.
Then if you know, spill the beans. If I'm wrong,
I don't know about that though.
Got you. Okay, so KJ even said I'm right.
Oh.
But Thomas is saying what music video? So Ashley, do you want to let them know what music video we were talking about?
If you look up anything with the name Scarlett on Twitter, Instagram, there's a video of her looking like never mind. She looks like a total smoke show. Her and Shotsky and the other girl name, I want to call her something else, but I can't think of her name.
She looked like Maurice, I'll be honest.
She does.
She looked exactly like Maurice there. But they did a cover rendition of I Put a Spell on You, believe, right?
Yeah.
Because of obviously with Hocus Pocus 2 coming out of that, Halloween, spooky season, you get it. Raquel and Shotzi, do they want the women's tag team champions to go into why? Maybe.
Oh my god, no Veer. I did not like Veer.
Do we have another Veer on our hands? No, or we don't want no one wants that.
No, 0.
Right. 0 out of 10. No one wants Veer on their hands.
Would not recommend.
Right. DW was too sweet. It's going to be a surprise, Blackstar says. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about with Bray showing up. I think that's obviously going to be a surprise. Honestly, I think that might just close out the show. Yeah. That could be the whole show and I'd be fine, honestly.
Mm-hmm. They'll wait till the last minute, just like last week. They'll just wait till the very last minute. You're going to shut it off and then surprise.
Well, that could also play into hey, we know Rampage is going to start pretty much once we go off the air. So why don't we end with the biggest thing going right now? So everyone's going to be focused on that before talking about Rampage. Raquel's now fall away slam on Bailey. Yeah, big pause.
He was coming for a very, very long time. And then he came and I was like, wow, I'm not surprised. Wow. You didn't wow me, sir.
Pause.
Sorry.
Now you're fine.
I didn't curse. I was making innuendos, but not in that way.
I have a sick and twisted mind. That's what
as do I.
Right. See, we'll make the best of friends.
It's fine.
New York to New York connection. Mm-hmm. Remember, Rey Mysterio was in AEW already. What? When?
When? Yeah, I was going to say when.
Rey Mysterio isn't going to leave. He wants his kids to
send
him off. So you think Dom's going to be the one that's sending him off? Wow, we're behind on comments. Yeah, WWE keeps saying Bray Wyatt's next.
It's so annoying. Yes, my child. Well, was my whole family tuning in tonight? You got a whole bunch of new people watching
Superstar,
tonight.
Absolutely. So if you're tuning in just like Ashley's family is right now, you should make sure you like, share, and subscribe because we're here covering anything and everything when it comes to professional wrestling. And absolutely be a friend, tell a friend if you have anybody that used to watch wrestling, does watch wrestling, you're trying to get them into wrestling. Absolutely tell them to tune into us. Big things popping, little things stopping over here. You hear me?
Hey, wrestling, for a few years, I fell off the wrestling train. I didn't watch for a few years. And then, like, the last 2 years, I started putting it back on because it caught my interest again.
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody that's been a wrestling fan of a certain vintage or past a certain time and everything has that point to where they were watching really hard and then pause. And then they have to take a break from it because they just get kind of burnt out on it. And then there's something that piques their interest and makes them come back. For me, I think honestly it was the CM Punk pipe bomb.
Yes, that was a lot of people.
2 count from Roxanne Perez on Bailey.
I just got to the 2 count.
I was 1,000% making an innuendo. I know, we know, I like it. WWE might replace Cross in the main event with Bray. Oh, that would Bray doesn't. Do you think Bray goes after the IC title to start off? Ooh.
I don't think so. I feel like he would. I don't know. I don't feel like he would.
Yeah, I think that's. You have to start him. He doesn't have to exactly go after the title, but he's got to be in a big feud right out of the gate. And I don't know if going for the IC belt feels that way. That feels a little
Damage Control won.
Yes.
Damage Control won.
So I am wrong as per usual. But
it's okay to be wrong. You don't have to be right all the
time. Oh, I was gonna make a joke.
You can make a joke because I'm nice like that. It's okay. I know that it's okay.
No, you're fine. No, hey, trust me, I'm used to being wrong on here. Absolutely. All in first paper. What, JV? What? A&W, what? The root beer?
Oh, my daughter just subscribed.
There we go. So again, Yay. Absolutely. Follow the leader.
Is my son not here? Why is my son not here?
Wasn't my day to watch him.
He's also 14.
There you go. But absolutely, very much like with Bray Wyatt. Follow the leader there, folks. Mm-hmm. Not to the end of the show. Listen, again, they might save it towards the end of the show just to make sure that they get those kind of last-minute views, that last-minute click, build up the anticipation.
Oh, Hit Row. They're showing Hit Row. I don't really care for them.
See, we've had a couple people, and Victor here who's, making sure to let everybody know to go up and make that, hit that like notification there. But he's also very much not been a fan of Hit Row. He's called them, Shit Row, all of that.
Skid Row.
Yeah. So why are you not? What throws you off with Hit Row right now?
I just don't. I don't know. I just don't like the whole gimmick thing. It's just I don't like it.
But they were the same before. The only thing that's missing is Swerve. Is it that bad that Swerve held that group that much together that because he's not there is what's making it feel flat?
They just never did it for me. It was never like one of my faves.
I still think that they're a solid potential tag team. You could still have them in that tag division, and you need to build some depth there. That's why I like them being involved potentially with Legado del Fantasma.
Zelina's group.
Yeah. So are you surprised that it's Zelina and not Elektra?
Yeah, I was happy that it was Zelina. I actually like her. Even Queen Zelina. I like Queen Zelina.
But does she fit that, or should we have waited, or should they held out until potentially Andrade got his ass fired from AEW and was able
He's gonna get his ass fired because he can't keep his mouth shut, but whatever.
Him
and Sami.
So where do you feel on that situation? We're getting a tease right now with Bray Wyatt right now. They're cut in of the little Bray Wyatt logo and an eyeball as well. So it's interesting that we're getting these little tweaks, these little.
Oh yeah, see it. It came just now.
There we go.
I like that they do the in and out with the Bray clues. See, I enjoy that. I think people are tuning in just to see that, and they know that.
Well, and it's a great marketing tactic because it makes you have to tune into anything and everything that is going on the whole time, because you blink and you might miss them.
Yep. Like that? You glitched?
I glitched. Did you glitch?
I think so. Mine glitched.
But either way, it's a nice little kind of ploy that they can use of you have to literally tune into every second because you might miss something.
I know I started tuning in to watch it personally. I was sometimes on Fridays I would kind of miss it because I'd be out to dinner or something, and now we eat dinner at home on Friday night to watch SmackDown.
Right, one of those. That's exactly what we are here at the Wrasslin for Life Network, and welcoming you on board and all of that. Coming on and everything like that. Thank you. But absolutely, we're here. We're your wrestling buddies. We're your wrestling family to just sit there, hang out, shoot the shit with, talk about some wrestling, probably talk about some other things, have a laugh, put a smile on your face, all of that, get you through the day or at least get you through the evening. But we are right now in commercial break.
Yes, we are. See, I'm caught up now, I guess, somehow.
See, there you go. See, like I said, you just got to talk enough and you somehow magically through the space-time continuum. It's, you go through the forbidden door, past, the Firefly Funhouse on your left, and you manage to somehow get into a spot to where,
Yeah, I did glitch.
Really? I don't know. We'll have to watch it back.
I did.
My
vision is not that good, but I can still see that.
It might have been me, but who knows? Like I said, well, even like your daughter said there, we do have Bray Wyatt still coming up, so who knows? Like Victor said, maybe the White Rabbit's taking over here. I think Hit Row are okay. I like Top Dollar. I think he has potential to be a dominant force in WWE if booked right. But so is Top Dollar a solo act out of that group?
Don't know.
I don't think so. I think they had the solo act out of that group, but he's now currently signed with AEW, and he's
Whose house? Whose
it's
house?
Part of Bask in Our Glory. Or Swerve in Our Glory.
Yeah, Swerve. I see over there him at the Keatley. I didn't get that as a tag team. I feel like they would be good as singles.
To me, it's like Shaq and Kobe. It's one of those of that they're super talented singles superstars, and so you put them together, and they somehow manage to just make it work. It's that weird kind of team chemistry. And also, like Victor says here, I will, I guess, take the money while we are still in commercial.
Oh, you have T-shirts.
Yes, if I can find the lovely image here, the lovely overlay. There we go. So, folks, you can go ahead and go over to Alt Wrestling Tees. Check them out on Instagram, Redbubble. You can even email the dude at Gmail. I believe the link's floating around in the description. If not, I can drop it here in the chat. But absolutely, we have a lovely, selection of wrestling shirts, one for each host that we've had so far on the channel and everything. We've got the lovely What t-shirt. I wonder if you can What? Guess who that's after. What? Yes. And then we've got the, Mr. Every Night, the, Every Night Delight. If you want to let people know that you're about that action, folks, you're going, long way, the hard way, pause. You can go ahead and get yourself a Mr. Every Night t-shirt. Or if you're just sick of everything, if you're sick of all the nonsense with the White Rabbit stuff, or you're sick of all the nonsense, with everything going on in AEW, what have you, all of that, you can go ahead and get yourself a lovely Cut the Shit t-shirt right there, folks. And there you got it. And we're back at it like a jackrabbit. They put them together because they have slow creative that has issues pushing stars at times. Too many hands in the pot. Ooh.
Also, they have a very bloated roster over there. Very bloated. They need to cut some people off.
Very true. Very true. You don't have that kind of, thinning of the herd that you've gotten in WWE before with Vince and Co. to where it's just mostly in AEW. Tony stops texting you or something to that nature. That's how you know you're released. Your contract wasn't renewed. You weren't released. You just weren't renewed.
Did it to my boy Marco.
All right. I know we're right now getting a video package of Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey. Oh, and we're getting fire. So I'm paying attention because this might be Bray. Oh, no, we're getting a stupid ass sword. So this has got to be
Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan coming back. We're getting more of the Hot Topic Raiders video package.
Yes, Sarah Logan. I actually liked her. I actually love the Vikings too.
I liked the Vikings until they messed them up for like the 8th time. And it's a little bit, I guess, too, with Sarah Logan of I feel like she was good. They just made her, they didn't know what to do with her. Vince, it was just weird and awkward with him at the helm. I feel like under Papa Paul, they might be able to make it work.
I appreciate you saying Papa Paul because we say that on our house.
Oh, we've been saying that on stream. I think actually I might have been the one that coined that on here ever since he took over, calling him Papa Paul.
Yeah, because I thought we were the only ones in my house that called them by their legal names.
Oh, no. Very much at times, it's a lovely blend of kayfabe and shoot over here. Where's KJ? KJ's on a little pause for the cause, as that's what happens at times, especially when we've got multiple hosts, multiple hours, multiple streams, all of that. At times you got to take a nice little pause for the cause and everything. Sometimes you got to just walk away, grab a little snack, all of that. Hard to do that when you're out live on stream.
I had a whole plan today. I was going to bring snacks. I was going to wear my pajamas, be in my comfy clothes. It's Friday night. Let's go. I was very excited.
There we go. See, absolutely. This is the Friday night get right. I would rather watch top dollar match than an almost match. An almost match. That's what an almost match is. It's almost a match.
Almost match.
I know it's not a high bar, but he moved a lot for a big man. Yeah, that's a low bar. That's limbo. How low can you go?
I thought he was talking about me again. Those are rumors. Those are rumors. Hi, guys.
Hello again.
Hi, buddy. Hello, KJ, my old friend.
Right, buddy.
I've come to talk with you again.
Yeah, no, what you guys were saying before I came back, but I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful weekend. It's Friday night. It's the Get Right. And yeah, welcome, Ashley. I hope you're having fun tonight.
I am.
Excellent. And Big Nick, it's good to see you, big guy.
Absolutely. Back at it like a jackrabbit. Back here for another conversation with the congregation.
Nice. But yeah, if you haven't got your predictions in, let us know. Hit row. Legado Fantasmo is here.
I'm taking Legado.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, synchronicity.
Now, question: how did you guys feel about the quick flip? Elektra Lopez out, Zelina Vega in.
See, I always liked Zelina. I don't know. I liked her when she was Queen Zelina.
Yeah. No.
You didn't like Queen Zelina?
No, I don't mind Queen Zelina. It was interesting. She fit a role, all of that. It's one of those it was change that didn't need to happen. Excuse me. It was change for the sake of change.
No, I don't think
you brought her back. No, you could have brought Zelina back as a solo.
No, but I think it's
or you
perfect.
wait until, like I said before, while you on your little pause, you wait until Andrade gets his ass fired, and then
and then bring him back.
No, he's in shit now. He's gonna end up back in Mexico because the fuck, what's his face? Escobar just stole his gimmick, and then Rush took his other gimmick. He's fucked.
No, he'll go back to WWE. Charlotte's there. If you want to sit there, if anyone wants to call him a jobber hire or favor hire, yeah. Oh.
They're booing Top Dollar and Hit Row. And big win, big clean win. Well, Escobar helped a little.
And Zelina comes out and does, wiping her feet off.
Here's the thing. Zelina Vega is a better heater than Elektra Lopez. So it's advantageous for if you're trying to get Fantasmo over to have Zelina Vega come out and be that badass she was for Andrade. I think we lost a little bit of that chip on her shoulder, that, correct me if I'm wrong, but like kind of that New York flavor, right? Like where, she came through and I think with the Queen, she had like 17 different accents. And
yeah, it was weird.
But I think the fact that she's also blonde and everything, and she basically came out kind of looking like her, is one of those like, right. Okay, so I see what we did here. And it's one of those, if you're going to get the whole group over, just leave it. If you have that much faith in them that you're going to bring up the whole group to the main roster, put them in a big feud and everything out of the gate and have this whole angle, just if you're going to go whole hard, go whole hard. Don't go half. Pause.
Oh, Liv jumping.
What?
Liv. Well, she's wearing all black. She's got different makeup on than what we expect from
jumping
Liv.
Sonya.
And she's shagging up Sonya.
Pause. But we had Sonya get into it with Alba Fire on NXT, and maybe that's reigniting the. We had a weird bell ring there, or no, that was just a metal bar falling. That's because they're backstage.
Even rocking black Nikes.
Yeah.
But they're not black Air Force One, so she ain't fully about that action. She's only halfway.
All right. Okay.
Everyone thinks.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said I think everyone thinks that she's turning heel, Liv, because she got all her she's so angry now. She's so angry.
She's angsty. She's an angsty teenager.
We've turned her into Extreme Liv. Look. She's going up. She's going up. Holy shit!
They're making her just blonde Lita.
Mm-hmm.
What? Going up top on the stage? What? Backstage?
Who she think screen? What? Party? What?
Backstage shenanigans.
Senton bomb, break your tailbone. What?
Look at Liv. One and only. Everyone's favorite Irish wrestler.
Right. We've had a string of Irish wrestlers on the podcast and everything, but
right.
We've got the top Irish wrestler right now coming out, Rick O'Shea.
Right now, what do you think? What we just got from Liv? I mean, obviously we have a darker Liv, different look to her, and she just pulled a Jeff Hardy and jumped off.
He did. Jeffrey.
Right. Like, does this lead to the rumor that she might be part of Wyatt?
What? Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I still don't see her as the witch, or in that whole fraction. If it is a fraction, I don't see her in it.
I could see her just. It could just be her, like you were saying, though, KJ, of more just an extreme version of her. Because I guess even too, Ronda was saying how supposedly one of the finishes for that match was supposed to involve thumbtacks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, I missed that.
No, I didn't see that either. Oh, in the other one, the Hit Row, they showed
I saw it in Hit Row versus Legato.
They showed the segment.
It flashed a little bit when Legato was or Hit Row was coming out.
It was on the black bin. LOL.
Ooh.
Why LOL? Oh, look at
Listen, man, we're watching here, we're watching there, we're watching everywhere.
Come on, Victor. There's children in the audience. No, I'm just kidding. We're trying to talk about White Rabbits and Liv Morgan, and you're trying to get scissored. Jeez, man.
Oh, I wasn't even going there. I was saying of how we could miss, the QR code or miss a logo here or there.
Yeah, no, I'm curious. I didn't catch it because we were shooting the shit.
I did not see it.
Well, here comes. Let's go to Twitter.
Right.
Oh, scissor me, Dad.
There you go. Oh, now we get the sing along. Here we go. All right.
Oh, scissor. It's those kids. I say that too, but that's because I'm their mom mostly.
Right. All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for chiming in. She's Abigail. I don't know. Does that work?
Maybe Sister Abigail.
I think Liv Morgan is Abigail. That's Damien thinks it too. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm very confused. I feel like she's having a character change, but I don't know where she's going with it.
Now, if it's true, and I haven't seen it yet, and if Mr. CJ, if you have a link, I would love to see it. It is not Jeffy. It would be. It's not nice, but it's true. She's Abigail. A lot of people saying Abigail. I don't know. See, to me, because I guess maybe that's why they're trying to give us some type of transition here. Actually, instead of her just showing up as Abigail, like we watched her turn evil.
Progressed. Mm-hmm.
Does that make it more viable?
Maybe, because she's all cutesy one week, and then you can't go from being super, super cutesy to dark character. You have to progress somehow into that. I feel like that's better than just be like, oh, here's character change 1 week to another.
Yeah, I think the progression does soften the kind of the switch where you're like, wait, we just saw her as a real babyface peachy key champion, and now here she is, and she's all dark and evil. But she's, I think, is it possible like she just found like her extreme bone? That's kind of what happened. She got in that. She jumped off the table through Lacey. She goes through the extreme match, and all of a sudden she just. She fell in love with the pain and the violence, and maybe this has nothing to do with Bray Wyatt.
She could be having a character change. That's interesting to watch too.
Sorry, I'm just looking at a picture of this rumored Bray logo on a black bin. It's hard to make out. I don't know.
Everything's a mystery. I feel like I love the mystery behind this Bray Wyatt thing. I enjoy it.
It's got everybody staring at the background of shows. Like, it's crazy. Like right now you have everybody taking a peek going like, what's going on? who, what's this? Who's that? What's that shadow mean? Is that figures? Like Nick always says it's like, the Virgin Mary in a tortilla. Like you just see visions everywhere.
But everyone's watching every little bit of the show, and that's how it gets people to tune in every week.
Yeah. So Ricochet's still in the ring, coming back from commercial for me. It's been a good night so far. Lots of energy, lots of action, and we're already an hour and 24 minutes into this.
It just flew by.
Poof. So signs of a good show, signs of a good crew. Remember, folks, if you're just tuning in for the first time, like, subscribe, join the family, be a part of the show. We do this for all the wrestling you love out there. We don't miss a brand. We're up for any type of show. If it's good wrestling, got a good card, we'll come on, do live reaction, live streams, and we will have a good time doing it. The wrestling might suck. We never do, folks. So thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Ashley, Sheamus is on the way to the ring. Do you have a prediction for this Fatal 4-Way?
See, I might have to. I in the beginning thought Karrion Kross, but now I may switch to Sheamus.
Oh, you're going Sheamus.
I am. I was. Well. I don't think Solo's gonna win. I mean, it could be possible. I mean, he just came up to the main roster, and I feel like they shouldn't give him a title match this early on.
I mean, you got a point there. I mean, I think Ricochet's already been down that road, so he's a tough pick. I don't mind the idea of Sheamus and kind of get a third Donnybrook between them two. Solo, just because of his connections, like does Sami help Solo win?
Yeah, sure, he can come out.
What would help Sami get over even more? Or does something else happen and Solo doesn't win because of Sami or Jay or one of the, or both?
This match could go any which way.
You know what? I'm going to take Solo just on a flyer, but Sheamus is a good bet. Black Star says, I think the first three is Liv, Vincent, and Dutch. If Bray is 4, who are the other 2? There's lots of rumors. We talked about Corbin. We talked about we've seen a lot of different names pop up as of recent as well. Like some people we weren't expecting, and Dutch and Vincent would be amazing, kind of a surprise. I think it fits so well. Bo, I've been begging for Bo.
Me too.
But then you get Bo, Redbeard.
I heard that too.
Karrion Kross, but people faded on Karrion Kross as a theory, I believe, because he's so entrenched in McIntyre. Oh, wait a minute. Due to injury, Karrion Kross cannot compete tonight, folks. No way. No way.
What?
Oh, boo. Earns. Damn it. Boo. 6-1. All right. Truly, all jokes aside, I want to see Nia Jax as sister.
Nia Jax.
That's all jokes aside. Wow. Well, that'd be a whole different rabbit hole.
Oh, no. Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio comes out to replace Karrion Kross. Meh.
I know. That's upsetting.
It's not. It just, I don't care.
I know.
I'm like, sorry, Ray. I love Ray for so many years.
Me too.
At this point, it's like, all right, whatever. You think Nikki Cross is in the Wyatt 6? And Big Damo would be awesome as well. Her dude. Nikki Cross as Crazy Nikki would be amazing. And we saw her take off the mask. We haven't seen her since.
Yeah, sure.
To me, Nikki coming out as, as Abby would be more like okay than Liv.
Mm-hmm.
I say the first 3 got that one. I like Bo. Oh no, I didn't get that one.
I do like Bo. I do like Bo as a choice. But I did read Happy Corbin because they showed like the Hawaiian T-shirt, and I can't see that being like him being that going there. I don't know.
Well, even people have talked about Grayson Waller because of the shirt and the stature of the person, assuming that is the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we still have people like Nick out there who do not believe it's a faction. So it would be interesting if it was just Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm. And it's just all a mystery. It's all a mystery. It's all part of the game.
Well, when this first started, I did not even consider Vincent and Dutch. And that to me would like, poof, that's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vincent looks like he's fresh out of a Rob Zombie movie. It's perfect. You still singing? You still singing? Nia Jax isn't coming back.
Yep.
What she stooged about WWE COVID practices and other stuff. Oh, what she stooged. I don't know. Like Triple H doesn't seem to hold grudges.
Mm-hmm.
It's about business.
He's taking everyone back.
Carl Anderson said some pretty outlandish shit. So,
and he came back. He said he was never going to go back, and then he was there last week on Raw.
Well, it's like people said, like Cody should be nervous because he was the throne breaker, and you're like, Triple H don't care. He gets what that was.
No, he knew what that was. It was business.
You ended up on the other team, and you were rallying your troops. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. But so I think at the end of the day, Nia Jax could come back. Do I want to see Nia Jax come back? I don't know if they can figure out what to do with her.
Yeah.
But they can't have her the way she used to be, where it was like she won one, she lost one. She won one, she lost one. And it was a lot of nonsense and bullshit. And then nothing was over. Nobody cared. Like she became silly.
Mm-hmm.
The scissor train. Start that on Twitter and everybody just add the hashtag scissor train and we'll see how many people will tweet.
Well, if you wait a few more minutes, I'm sure the train will pass and you can play that.
Right? That's what goes by the house every hour is the scissor train. Choo choo. Solo Sikoa for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Rey Mysterio will remix. Rey Mysterio will replace Karrion Kross. Yes, you're correct. Nia Jax not coming back because she can't wrestle and she's dangerous.
I heard that part that she's dangerous. I have read that.
Well, I mean, she's been criticized, and obviously, like we've had some big moments, like when she broke Becky's face.
Yes,
all the face. Yeah, no, and she's a big hard hitter, right? Like, so I mean, but can that be adjusted to? Can that be spoke to? Like, listen, we're gonna bring you back, but we're gonna work on some stuff so that you're not potatoing everybody. Yawn. Are you yawning at Rey Mysterio? Yeah, me too, buddy.
I mean, you could be yawning at me. I'm sorry. It's my first time.
I don't think they're yawning at us at all. Yeah, Rey Mysterio is a bit of a yawn pick. And anybody
Sheamus.
Mysterio for the win? Surprise everybody?
It could always happen. It could always be a surprise win.
All right, Mysterio versus Gunther.
No, I see it being Sheamus again. Those two matches were so good.
Yeah, they got something going here, right? And I mean, it's been a good build up. And listen, Sheamus has always been a workhorse. Shows up every single week. Like, when was the last time Sheamus missed a show? Or
he doesn't.
2 shows in a row? He doesn't. But for a lot of the recycled stuff we got in the middle of the show all the time, nobody really cared about Sheamus for a long while.
Yeah.
And these, gets in a couple of really good matches with Gunther, and people are chanting bangers, and the Brawling Brutes are over as baby faces.
Yeah, banger after banger after banger.
Right? Sheamus for the win. There you go.
I think maybe it could be. It could be Sheamus.
Cut the shit. I have converted another. Congratulations, JNB, to Judaism, to
Cross
veganism.
Wins because he's.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was reading the Cross wins because of Bray.
But Cross isn't in the match.
Nope, he's not.
Solo wins. Great minds think alike, but I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah, Nikki Cross. A lot of people think that, and that could work. I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, you know what? She was tired of being a superhero, and Bray wrapped his arm around her and said, "Come with me, little one." And she went crazy. And there we go. She snapped. And listen, if Nikki comes running, like she had like almost like the Ultimate Warrior entrance where her music would hit and she just sprint to the ring.
Just running.
Yeah.
Just running. It was so funny. I loved it.
Right? And then she'd start chewing on the ropes. You're like, man, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one thing that got lost in all of it was she had some really good matches. She was a hard hitter before she was the superhero.
The train is coming. See? The train.
The scissor train.
The scissor train. I told you if you waited long enough, it would come.
What?
No, Nick's getting on the train. He's popping right.
Oh, scissor me.
The scissor train is coming. I told you if you waited long enough, it'll happen.
And if we do get the Firefly Funhouse, which obviously clearly I'm kind of hoping for a little bit, I feel like Nikki ASH, almost a wrestler, almost a superhero, fits in that Firefly Funhouse kind of realm. That character does. And then if she splits and in the ring, she's kind of, crazy and all of that.
Oh, okay. That's kind of neat.
Right.
Where she plays squeaky clean in the Funhouse.
Well, it's like how with Bray in the Firefly Funhouse, he was Bray, but then you had the feed. If you get Crazy Nikki, and in the Firefly Funhouse, you get Nikki ASH.
So does it turn into like the D12, like the Wyatt 12, where they each of them have two personalities? Am I getting reached?
There's a joke in there, but I can't quite make it yet.
Oh, Mysterio and Ricochet. I'm curious. I'd watch that.
That would be a good match.
Go watch WCPW and you can watch that.
That's right. Shit, Nick. Good call.
When you're a wrestling nerd and it shows.
Right. That's why it's good. It's handy to have people around to fill in those gaps. Hey, do you remember this? And somebody knows something. Sheamus needs the IC title.
See, so this is a name that I've seen floated around of potentially being in there is Dominik Dijakovic. Maybe he's in the Wyatt 6.
Did you catch my take on Dijo? Is that I think because he is a really strong athlete and he would do really well in like a Sheamus Dijo, Gunther Dijo. Like I'm in for those type of matches. That if you put him in the background of a group again, it might not be the best for him.
Got you. So they just keep him solo. Yeah, I could see that. Well, I mean, he had banger after banger after banger with Keith Lee. So if you had it, Gunther versus Dominik Dijakovic, absolutely, that's going to be a hell of a match. If you build it right, they will come. Pause.
I mean, I absolutely think that. Yeah, just for him to stand in the background and be a supporting member of a faction. Yeah, we'll get him probably in a tag team situation, or they'll give him a solo match or two. But at that point, being a part of the Wyatt 6, he'd probably just jack people. It'd be a lot of squash, right?
But that's why I worry about this being a whole faction and everything, is because you saw that huge reaction for Bray and everything. Of you have to get people that can live in that sunlight, in that spotlight, that can fit in there and survive.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree with that. And this is why I like Vincent Dutch, even Eric Redbeard to a point, because when they show up, you're not expecting to pop for them as big as you did Bray. Like if you have you said a big name steps in beside Bray, now you're kind of, where do we go with this pop? How does it all line up? Who's the top kind of, are they fighting for the spotlight? Where, you bring in a Dutch or a Vincent where they kind of have to get introduced to the audience. I think for Bray, that ends up being, kind of, that's how you want it to play out. There's a clear head of all of this.
Oh, fair enough. And that's where you get, you need that probably the first debut or first return or whatever, somebody that's super close, super obvious to Bray, of like a Bo or a Eric Redbeard, because it makes sense and they don't need to be in that spotlight. They can, like you were kind of saying, they can fall back and be fine.
Right. What do you think, Ashley?
I think it's going to be Bo. I just want to see Bo. I feel, I don't know. I want to see Bo in the group.
What do you think about, though, with like somebody like Vincent or somebody being in there like that? I know KJ said he seems like he walked straight out of a Rob Zombie movie.
He did. I've only seen him like a few times. And he does look like he's out of a Rob Zombie video. And I feel like then he fits the character.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now what about too with somebody say like Gacy? Of obviously they've got their whole thing going on with NXT, and I've seen a lot of people instantly jump to him being Huskus the Pig, or if we're going to go
I have
that
a theory.
Way, go ahead.
I have a Gacy theory, and I've thought this, and it might be a touch of a reach, but there's been a lot of talk about, Tuesday we're going to get Dynamite up against NXT head to head, from what I understand, and there's no Wrestling Wednesday night next week, folks. Now, if you're stacking that show, what if we had a QR code on Monday or tonight that told us to pay attention to Tuesday? If everybody gets a white rabbit code that says Tuesday's important, and maybe Bray doesn't even show up, but it's something to do with Gacy being a part of this, just to get imagine the QR code told everybody to tune in on Tuesday. I think that would definitely have an impact.
It would. People would definitely be on watching NXT.
But does that become almost though of you're just waiting for NXT to build to the next show? You're not expecting any sort of a payoff on NXT. You're going to NXT waiting for the next clue till Raw or SmackDown.
What if the clue was like, flashes of Huskus the Pig, and then it like had something about the date, as we've always seen, and everyone gets the impression of like, oh shit, we're gonna get Huskus the Pig on NXT. What if that's the hint?
You could do it. It's just one of those of we've had some very blatant clues with this, or like setting towards a date and everything. Like even with Extreme Rules, we didn't know if it was what we were even going to get, and now it's pretty blatant. So I think to find a clue that's going to make you truly tune into NXT and not just be looking for the next clue, might be a little difficult.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just tune in and you don't give a shit about NXT or the wrestling,
it's a click's a click. A tune in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
right? Yeah, I get
on a night where you're like, look, NXT did 800,000. Dynamite did 950,000. Right? Like, if it's neck and neck like that, they're going to feel pretty good about themselves.
Oh yeah, and if you do get people to stay there just because they're waiting for it whenever it may show up, like we were talking about, if you tune into every minute now of WWE because you blink and you could miss a clue, a sign in the crowd, what have you.
Right. Or like the fucking Gacy's in the ring, and all they had to do, man, is literally like the entranceway goes to that big blue light, like the doorway light, and Gacy and Schism walk through it. Just leave through it, and everyone's like, what the fuck was that? But that's, even if it's that simple, and people were waiting for something the whole time, right?
Right.
Then you throw another QR code up that says, tune in on Friday. We'll explain this stuff.
Oh.
But it gets people to watch the show, and it gets people to watch your show.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and I thought it was just a bit of an outlandish theory, but I was like, man, if they're gonna bring down Raquel Gonzalez, and Cora Jade's gonna pick somebody to go down and take on Raquel, so that will be interesting. Will they bring other WWE stars down to help bolster the ratings?
They've been doing that. Yeah.
I was just going to say, is it interesting that they're bringing down Raquel? And you can see the giant bruise on Sheamus's shoulder. But is it interesting that they're bringing down Raquel, who just came up?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
And maybe not the biggest of names. Like nobody's going to go out of their way to be like, oh, I got to see that Raquel match next week.
Right. Did you hear Raquel Rodriguez is going to be on NXT? Holy shit. I never knew she left NXT.
She hasn't stopped smiling since.
Right. Nope.
Nikki Cross is the Energizer Bunny of WWE. What?
I agree with that. She comes speeding out there.
Not quite sure what you said that was funny, but it
probably a few things. We could go back.
Yeah, probably more than one.
But maybe, just maybe.
Right.
But right now, I just had was it Ricochet getting his chest caved in by Sheamus?
Yes. Oh, we got the cloverleaf going on Solo.
Yes, I'm up to that. I'm up to that. So we have linked up somehow.
The train just carrying you right along, dear.
It is. The LIRR just pushed me through.
Oh, look, the bloodline.
I like that he uses the cloverleaf. You don't see many people use it outside of since Dean Malenko.
Yeah, and it's a solid lockup, man. I used to putting the clover leaf on people.
Well, it's always nice to when you see moves that aren't. Everybody does a super kick. Everybody does a fucking tombstone at this point. Everybody does a blue thunder bomb. When you have somebody that it's only you kind of do that move, it's nice to see.
Look what we're setting up here. If Survivor Series is on the, coming soon, this is an interesting dynamic right now, Nick. And you have mentioned this in the past.
Just a little bit.
What, the Bloodline versus the Imperial?
So my whole theory for when they mentioned about War Games at Survivor Series is that you potentially get a three-way War Games match between Bloodline, Brawling Brutes, and Imperium.
Yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've seen the leaked rumors of potentially we get Ricochet catches the 619.
What was that?
What the tombstone?
Rey Mysterio wins this. I'm gonna shit a cat.
What? Oh, what the? That's a broken.
What was that? What?
I was like, that's a broken neck. That's what that is.
It was like a reverse Poison Rana, which is a reverse Hurricane Rana. So you figure that out.
It was a sit-out tombstone.
Yeah,
is the best way I could describe it.
Yo!
Wow! No way! Wow!
No way!
What?
So so they're right. Sorry, I missed that because we talk so much. Rey Mysterio has been banished to SmackDown. He's exclusively signed to SmackDown.
Oh, he's exclusively signed to SmackDown, and his son's on Raw.
That's why they just said welcome back. So they're giving him a little push.
Okay.
Banished? Like what? Like what is this? Like be gone, Ray. Like what? How did that happen?
How did that happen without a match or a conclusion? Is that accurate, Mike?
How does that happen without someone announcing that on the show?
Yeah, like maybe that's why I'm saying we might have missed it.
Did we miss it?
Is that real news or fake news? Up next again, Bray Wyatt.
Oh my God, maybe he really comes back this time.
Well, we've only got about 15 minutes or so left, but
they're giving this the milk treatment.
Poor old little Ray to the woodshed, I feel.
Right. They're giving it the milk treatment, folks, where they're putting it all the way at the back, and they're going to make us walk through all the other goodies to get there.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah. But that's where my theory was. Like, if you had some type of hint for NXT, people would just sit here and watch NXT waiting for this moment like we did tonight. Like, tonight's been good. It's been entertaining. Almost 2 hours in a blink.
Mm-hmm.
So to go into the last 15 minutes, but this is kind of what we've all been waiting for. All right? Like, up next. Like, stop lying to me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get any more what up next, you're going to end up on Rampage.
Hey.
Bray Wyatt returns.
My cup doth runneth over.
Right.
No.
Max the Impaler, no.
There's this wonderful thing called contracts that they have to have signed. So it's much like how people thought, and it was even speculated that Malachi Aleister Black was going to be involved. But
yes, a lot of people.
Contract with another company, so.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ashley.
I did read that it was supposed to be Aleister in the beginning, and then they switched to Bray, but I don't think that's true. I did read that on the internet, but rumors.
This has been Bray from the hiccup.
Oh yeah, definitely from the beginning. I never thought it would be anyone else, to be honest.
I'm still, and I know KJ, you've mentioned this, I'm still waiting for the DVD that comes out 10 years down the road of what actually went into all of this. What was actually planned out? What was a happy little accident? What was the original plan? And how did, like, what I need a 24/7 or a 365 of the Bray Wyatt return.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think that would put it in a book. I'll read the book. I don't care.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I want to know, like you said, like, what were the things that, like, all the fans jumped on and were like, oh my God. And it did kind of indicate Bray Wyatt in our weird, warped, connecting way. But he was sitting back going, shit, I didn't mean that.
Right. Will started with the White Rabbit song, and everyone's just like, oh my God, it's Bray. Every show, they're playing White Rabbit.
If you ask that man, right next to you there, it started all the way back with Edge coming back and everything. So
the Judgment Day, when he started the Judgment Day?
Not quite there, but after he got kicked out.
Right. Now, here's the thing. Like, I mean, realistically.
Talk that talk.
No, Edge right now, because Edge came back, it kind of ruined my theory because he went missing again. I was like, well, what if there's this big loop around? Like, haha. But much to my sadness, I do not believe that's the case. Ray won. He's the number one contender. What do you think of Ray versus Gunther?
You know, with a Padre e File Espiritu Sunday on, Rey Mysterio, because that poor man's chest is about to get caved in.
Oh, yes, it is.
You know he's going to sell hard on like the chop that makes him roll to the corner.
Oh, that man might do a full like 1080 or something like that, getting chopped and just flip all the way around.
Oh, we got lights! Yes! Oh no, is this a replay?
I'm getting advertisements for next week.
I'm going to pause for a second.
I didn't get anything yet. I'm still on commercial.
World
dude, the place. Yo, we got the trademark already.
Wow.
It's Strowman.
It's coming through.
But we already got the little
placard
in the corner. We got the door again. We've just got piano.
What is this? Like just a tap on the piano. It's so ominous. Folks, are you watching this? Go get your friends. Get them on here. Let's go.
We're getting Bray Wyatt. God damn it.
Bray's here.
Let me in.
And the show just goes dark, and that's the end. We're like, fuck.
That was
like The Sopranos.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Listen to the crowd.
I love when the lights go out, and it's him. I love
we got the.
Anyone else's heart beating like a child?
And the piano keeps kind of picking up and building that ominous tone.
Oh, listen.
Funny with Halloween.
Dude, listen to this. That is wicked. Dude. And Dudette.
Dudette.
It's okay. I could be a dude. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's universal.
I'm a dude.
I was like a general dude to everybody.
Dude. We're all dudes.
Yes.
Let's go.
I love this whole scary thing. I love it.
He's gonna honestly, Bray coming back's gonna be a lot of times to where that moment to where a lot of people who were out of wrestling tune back in.
Yes, I know a lot of people who just came back. As I was saying earlier, on Fridays, a lot of times they would just skip through SmackDown, and then when Bray, all these QR codes came back, I was like, no, we're gonna eat dinner at home Friday night.
Right.
The Ghetto Kitchen says the six show up. Let's go.
I hope so.
I'm
right.
with you. Yowie wowie.
Yowie wowie.
We found you.
Right.
Let me in. Dude, do you like the new jam or what? Dude,
it's still, to me, it goes back to the Eater of Worlds, the catch and fly.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that. Was my favorite.
I always felt, put those windows down and turn that up while you're driving and confuse everybody. What is he listening to?
Oh, I was doing that with a White Rabbit.
Me too.
Go ahead. No,
I was blessed with the White Rabbit too.
Christ, we all did that at the same time. No, I was just gonna say I was sitting there running around bumping like I was bumping DMX or something to feed your head.
Right.
Yeah, this is Fireflies. This is follow the buzzards. Bray Wyatt.
I like the song.
I love how he comes out with the lantern.
And the light, again, the call out to Brody Lee with the color, the light beam kind of having that blue tinge, the door having the blue tinge. I'm digging it.
No, baby, no, he don't. No, he doesn't.
We haven't seen him in 2 years.
He could. I mean, shit. We could still go back to, we're really glad that.
I was singing that today.
Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
It just randomly kind of cut off, though. That was a little.
He's got tears in his eyes, or am I crazy?
I need to get there.
I didn't get there yet either.
Pause it for a second.
No, you're. Oh.
I love this new theme song. I love everything about this entrance.
What? What the hell?
He's getting me like, wow.
I have some tissues. Would you like one?
Sorry. This is special right now.
I know.
This is just me.
Oh yeah, he is emotional.
Oh, you're gonna make a grown ass man cry on YouTube. We go viral in a second.
No, I think you probably know better than most right now, KJ. This is
man. I waited and I know that sounds crazy.
And just everything,
dude. A year ago.
Oh yes, he is emotional.
Yeah, no, this is him being him. It's amazing.
This is Bray Wyatt. This isn't the Fiend. This isn't.
This
is
Wyndham.
This is Wyndham Rotunda.
Yes.
Oh, and he's mentioning. Wow.
So I think somebody's feed is a little bit loud.
Hey, it's probably me because I want to hear this damn thing.
Yeah, no, it's
where he's talking about where he lost 2 people very close to end. Who's cutting onions around here?
What?
Look at me emotional.
Sorry, folks. I know we're not really talking much or jumping on the chat, but we will get back to you, folks. We always do. We
still got Rampage coming up at some point, but who gives a shit when that's
I don't really care about Rampage at this point.
Right.
Bray's on. And
dude, like chills.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like this ties into, I know he's going to sew it into what the work is.
Oh, absolutely. The man's a creative genius. The man is a mastermind, I feel like, when it comes to the Undertaker-ish, the spooky, the fantastique storyline. But it's very much in that CM Punk-ish-esque of to where every moment could either be a work or a shoot, and you don't know, but you feel you're hooked on every line.
Dude,
this is awesome.
I want to see some thumbs up in the chat right now if you're feeling this vibe. If you're feeling this, let me know.
The crowd is deafening with thank you, Bray, right now.
Yes.
Oh,
you were there when I was weak.
This is a man who really
loves pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Jim Cornette, you don't think Bray can cut it? You don't like those hooky spooky shit? Look what we got now.
Yeah.
Suck my whole dick.
Yo, yo.
Huh? Lights out on Bray. Oh, wow. You were my favorite.
The past. There's the way rabbit. Oh, we're getting multiple faces.
Oh, let's go.
Oh my God, I'm not up to that. Oh my God.
This is the MCU of professional wrestling. This is watching the fucking post credits of a Marvel movie right now.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, I will take your ratings for SmackDown. I know people are going to go, oh, that was the ending. They better, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Chef's kiss.
We're going to quickly flip over to Rampage. The stream's going to flip, make a little change. But don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about what we just watched with Bray Wyatt. Look, I'm still shaky in the throat. I'm going to need a sip of a drink. Wow. But don't go anywhere, folks. We got lots to talk about. More to come, more action. And, let's go. And ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Thank you for being here. This is Rampage. We are rocking night 2, covering their second show in Canada, in Toronto. But listen, get your ratings for SmackDown in. Let us know what you thought, and we will talk about Rampage as well. If you're new here, we take a rating out of 10 on every show. Ashley, Nick?
Yes.
We'll let ladies first.
Yeah,
out
ladies
of 10,
first.
how do you feel?
Will give the show an 8.5.
Solid.
Ooh.
It's a solid score. I was anticipating Bray the whole night, and his speech, and it was truly who he was. It was not Bray. He was Rotundum. Wyndham. It was a good night.
I want you to go, KJ, as we're starting off right now, Rampage with the Butcher and the Blade with Claudio and versus Claudio Moxley. But I want to hear your rating first.
You know what? It's a bit of a marked move for me. Like, I mean, overall, the night was a solid night, but, didn't blow your socks off kind of night.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, dude, I'm sitting here with my heart beating. That was one of the most emotional things I've seen in a long time in wrestling. Hook, line, and sinker. I don't care what anybody says. That was unexpected. We were expecting, the puppets popping up and characters being revealed, and instead the man just came out and Papa Paul said, "Here's the microphone. Do your thing and go tell people how you feel, and then we'll get down to business." And he even touched on it in his little speech of I have something that I've never been a side of me that I've never shown everybody. I haven't been able to show you guys, and I'm going to do it. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go 10. Fuck it.
10.
I'm there with you. I was about to go. I was literally letting you go first because I was like, I'm about to go 9.5. But if this man goes full 10, I'm going full 10.
If he goes full 10, I'm going with him.
Right. Fucking Delma and Louise going off the bridge together, folks.
Funny as shit,
but no, absolutely. The rest of SmackDown was good, wasn't great, wasn't barn burner, wasn't nothing spectacular, nothing to write home about. But that last 10 minutes, that's a moment in time and a moment in wrestling you can't recreate. That was special. That got us, both of us, two grown-ass men sitting here. Look at us, emotional. It made you happy to be a wrestling fan. It made you feel like you were invested in this, like you played a part. Like it played to the audience perfectly. And that we get that nice little cliffhanger, that last little thing to sink your tooth into, that we thought was going to be. We thought this might have been the big payoff for the first step on a long journey. This seems like we still have no fucking clue what's going on.
No, part of me thought they were going to weave a bit of the story into it, and he was going to kind of tail out as we moved on into more of the role, or what we were kind of expecting. But nope, he was to the point, and then boom, and then he reminds everybody, this is what you're here for, by the way. You heard me say thank you, but now we're back to business. And that, to me, is really cool. And again, making the fans wait, but giving them enough. Like tonight, we saw him. And I think not a lot of the fans are going to go, oh, bullshit, he didn't get in a match. Or no, that was more than enough.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, go ahead, Ashley.
No, it's okay. You could go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I can. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that whole. He didn't need a match. What he said was more than enough.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That was, like I said, that was pure emotion. That was him speaking openly, candid, honestly. That was Wyndham Rotunda in the ring, like you said, Ashley. That wasn't Bray Wyatt. That wasn't The Fiend. That wasn't Cult Leader Bray. That wasn't anything. That wasn't any sort of gimmick. But to still, like you said, to where it's, like I said, it's that Punk line, that MJF line, that Undertaker line, I guess even a bit of to where you can work that halfway kayfabe, halfway work that still angle, that it played so perfectly, and it hit, like I said, that last 10 minutes, that's all I needed for SmackDown. I could give a shit less What else was on the show? It was great. It was good. Nothing to write home about. But that 10 minutes, I would have tuned into that. And you could have just played that on a goddamn loop.
Yeah, no, and trust me, it's going to be one of those moments kind of like the other night where we'll be watching it and we'll be talking about it. And dude, I mean, again, what I loved about it was the last thing we expected. Like, we did not expect him to come out and just be himself and say what he said. And he talked about losing 2 friends that were close to him and going through rough times, and so grateful for the fans that he had an impact on. And to see a man that was just genuinely grateful to be back doing what he loves.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. To see him and just openly and just express everything, to be that emotional, to have everything going on. And it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't anything that we expected. We were expecting, maybe we'll get Firefly Funhouse, or maybe we'll get, somebody will be revealed as part of the faction,
right?
Or he's going to call out his next opponent. But he just was able to go out there and talk after 2 years away, after everyone's been guessing about what's going on with him, after everything that's going on. He was able to still be himself and still be super creative at the same time.
Yeah, no, truly. And I think I like the way it plays out, as far as, like I said, you give him the mic and say, go say your piece, get what you have to get off your chest.
Right.
And then you end it with that little cliffhanger, like Dale pointed out, very nice cliffhanger to that show, because it allows everyone to go, bite right back into the story of, oh shit, yeah, we got this. There's still more to this, right? So, yeah, super impressed. That was one of my favorite things in a long time.
No, I like CJ's comment of saying that Ashley still couldn't even talk because it was just that impactful and everything,
I'm never at a loss for words, just saying.
Oh, that will be tested around here.
Really?
You're laying down the gauntlet right there.
Right. I mean, yeah, the heavy hitters of YouTube Gab and you get
right.
Shut
this
up.
Is the Yankees lineup right here. If you got Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton right there, of just heavy hitters.
Shit. Bo Dahl is part of this.
It could be. We don't know. It's all a mystery.
Yeah, is this Bray talking to Bray, or is this Bo talking to Bray? I'm with you. I think when they did the whole, like, the other characters from the Funhouse and everything, the Fiend that popped up was Bo.
I think that too.
Maybe. I don't see why not. By the way, we do have an AEW match going on. We have Claudio and Moxley versus the Butcher and the Blade. And right now,
I'm surprised Moxley isn't bleeding yet. Is he bleeding? Because I can't see.
He wasn't on the apron, so I couldn't see either.
He hasn't so far, but I was going to say, you'll fit right in with that comment there, Ashley, because I very much talked about how this man has a paper mache forehead. This man's he's busted wide open from a clothesline.
I mean,
the wind moves too fast in the wrong direction, and all of a sudden he's got a stage 10 gusher.
He has paper skin. He's always bleeding.
Dopey! Jack, don't be sorry, but thank you for being here, sir. We're not the principal, but better late than never, I always say.
Why?
It's going to go deep.
That's what she said. Pause.
Thank you. You said it before me.
I'm good like that.
Right? But, yeah, man. We're only beginning. And that's kind of what Triple H said. Like, when you think it's the end, it's just the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, we got lots more to go here. And, again, we still don't know. Faction, not faction. If it is a faction, who is it? Are they going to give us all at once, or is it going to be a sprinkling? We don't know. And that's there's so much to be answered. Who's he mad at? What's he going to do? What is it all? Is it
Wyndham / the Bray that we got tonight trying to break free from the other, I guess, personalities, the other characters that he's had? And so Blackpool Combat Club picks up the win. Shocker there.
Yes, I know.
But is it he's trying to escape from the other personalities, the other characters that he's had? Because remember, Sister Abigail was taking over the vessel of Bray Wyatt. You had the Fiend that was taking over, all of that. You've had all these other personalities that have kind of taken over. Right. Who is Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda? So if we're gonna get deep and metaphorical on this whole thing, maybe it's that route.
No, absolutely. I mean, and again, there's so many possibilities. You really have so many possibilities that makes it fun and exciting. And I think a lot of people still have a ways to go in this journey. And again, nobody expected this tonight. No,
it's super interesting that we got Bray in the ring, but we still also got the video package of what basically was, or we think appears to be, Bray talking to himself. Like, that's where it gets super interesting. And where do we go from there?
Yeah, like, what are we doing? Boom! All right, so we got to win.
You just said Bo. I was like, did Bo Dallas show up on AEW?
Yeah. All right, there you go. Beautiful as always. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
How does he know you're always beautiful?
I don't know.
It's a nice, assumption. Fair enough. Victor
it's
Nash.
A good thing you got your blinds down then, because you might have been looking through your windows and all.
My boyfriend's on a fire call, so I don't think it was.
He's the conductor of the train that keeps passing by. That's what it is.
Maybe it's him. I know.
That's right. Oh, so Moxley cutting a promo on Page. BCC 1, no blood.
No blood. That's depressing because I feel like his skin is made out of paper.
Well, I was going to say he's on a halfway. Well, no, he had the match with Nick Gage. I was going to say he's on a good track record of having a match with no blood. But then, he got his rocks off in the match with Nick Gage and GCW. So we got the pizza cutter, we got everything involved. So absolutely,
he really did. But he's done with that now, apparently.
But
he's exclusively AEW, I heard.
Right, because Tony's just grabbing onto any life raft he fucking can. Example why Chris Jericho is actually getting a push. Why Orange Cassidy's getting a goddamn push.
I know you're not an Orange fan. I do like Orange. No. I do. I love his little sloth gimmick.
The out of him by his little fucking neck.
Shake him.
But
dude, what were you thinking when you see?
Go ahead. Sorry, what?
What were you thinking when you see OC go over Pac?
Elizabeth, this is the big one. It was wow, way to make your already new title look like more of a joke than it already did.
Right.
You took a title that was supposed to be your way to spread your brand internationally. Of you could have Pac with his visa issues, travel issues, what have you. He's a big star over in the UK and the European scene, obviously, like NXT is trying to get it back into and everything. You could have him over there wrestling, carrying, being the flag bearer for AEW, and instead you put it on Orange Cassidy, the mascot, whether you like him or hate him, the controversial figure of AEW, I guess. I mean, if it's good that he's going to be wrestling overseas and I don't have to watch him on my goddamn TV screen, that's great. Fantastic. Good job, Tony. But if now we're going to have him doing more stuff with the best friends, we're going to get to hear Jane fucking 4 times a show versus the 3 you already do.
Right.
It's just, you had something hot and you hot-shotted it just for the sake of hot-shotting. I know I'm beating a dead horse with this, but Tony's making every move Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, WCW did in the last years of their existence.
Listen, I get where you're going with it too. And I think maybe longer than that. Let's say 8 to 10 months ago, maybe a year ago, you make this move and you put one of the belts on Orange Cassidy, and the fans are totally into this gimmick. And then there's, again, they haven't, fallen out of love with it. But then I just feel like he went through a long series of doing a whole lot of nothing. So now that he wins it, it's not as big as it could have been. And again, it was just a lot of like, how did we get here? I mean, I don't know if it's the best of moves. And I feel bad for Pac, another guy that, give him a run. I mean, I guess he had a bit of a run. 3 months.
But did he have the belt for like a whole month?
I think.
See, he's only, Orange Cassidy's only the 2nd champion of this title, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't he win it in like September and All Out?
All Out.
Yeah, so it's been like a month.
Right. So that's the thing, is that's what I'm saying. If you've already made a new title that you just introduced, it's a little bit of what you fell into with the trios belts because of suspensions and all of that.
That's a joke.
But you've now made this another hotshot belt that doesn't mean fuck and all, because it can go on to anybody and everybody. It's constantly misusing of storylines, misuse of talent. And I guess I'll ask you this, Ashley, because I know KJ's heard this whole spiel, and I'm sure some of the fans too have too. For me, the big thing is that nothing with AEW has exactly changed. I see what you did there. But it's everything around AEW's changed. Like once Papa Paul took over, everything, all the weaknesses, all the cracks, all of the imperfections in AEW got a real big spotlight on them.
I feel like that is entirely true, because I used to be only exclusively AEW. I was watching Dynamite. I was really not watching Rampage because it's recorded and I could just read the spoilers online, just like everyone else. And
spoiler-free zone, folks, by the way.
What?
I said spoiler-free zone, by the way.
Well, I'm not. I didn't say anything.
No, I know. I'm just letting the people know. Go ahead. And
now I'm more interested in watching, Raw and SmackDown, and I feel a lot of the matches are stale in AEW now. And they keep repeating this. Like, I honestly, I was tired seeing Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho for the third time in less than a month.
Fair enough.
I didn't need to see that again. I saw it in the last month twice.
Well, absolutely. It's amazing to me how with AEW, how it has such a huge roster, yet still struggles to get people on TV. And I guess not to go on a full Chris Jericho tangent and everything, because I'm still very upset about the match from Dynamite that preceded this taping. But the whole Daniel Garcia storyline feels flat because they wasted that. They poorly booked it.
I feel like he should have turned completely and not came back to Team Jericho.
He should have been babyface, and now they're really testing me because we've got the Jackass Appreciation Society coming out right now. But Chris Jericho is very much just a leech and anchor onto anything that's going on that's got any sort of buzz around it in professional wrestling. And the whole Daniel Garcia thing of great. Now you just made him look stupid.
Yep.
And that whole turn, no one's talking about that. That should have, if you really wanted to build that right, that should have been the biggest storyline, that biggest angle that you had going in your company right now. But no one's talking about it whatsoever because no one gives a shit.
Nope.
Because it's attached to Chris Jericho and because you booked Daniel Bryan into the ground of having him lose after lose after lose after lose.
Daniel Bryan's been on the TV almost every week since he came back. Since he came last September, he's been on TV almost every single week. I think he missed like 2 weeks.
Right. Oh, yeah, because he did have that little spell to where he was injured and everything. But I know that there's Jericho fans out there that think that he's doing the greatest thing right now, that he's really, he's the one that people are going to tune into if they do something with ROH. Right, but they have to do something with ROH first. Mm-hmm. They haven't done it for a while now. And you don't think Brian Danielson could have done that a bit better than Chris Jericho, to where he's barely getting through matches with Bandito and all of that. Mm-hmm. But for those following along right now, I have the Jericho Appreciation Society in the ring right now.
Me too.
So this is a lovely I guess, Ashley, I haven't gotten your full opinion on, at least as far as the Jericho Appreciation Society as a whole. What do you think?
What do I think? Well, yes. I don't really care for them that much, particularly. I feel like they just cram Chris Jericho every week. Like, oh my God, it's the Jericho Appreciation Society. Oh my God, they're literally almost in every match, and I have to hear that guy's stupid voice every time.
Well, is it also, though, I guess, I hate to play devil's advocate, especially after I just went on my whole rant and all of that, but do you think that it's a little bit of very much that sports entertainment-y of like what we see halfway with The Miz and everything of, is anyone really clamoring for a Miz segment? No. But
no one wants Miz TV.
You still don't think it's halfway bad. It's one of those of, you still somehow manage to click in even if you don't like it, and I feel like that's what's going on with Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And again, sorry, go ahead.
I'm like, he's a 52-year-old man. He's still wrestling. You got to give him that.
If you want to call it wrestling, I'll call it.
It's pure entertainment. I feel like a lot of times he does. You could see it, the botches and the holding when he bladed himself. I doubt no.
Yeah, fair enough.
And he fell in a cloud.
AEW doesn't care about storylines or promos. They just care about wrestling, and you're not a real fan if you don't only care about wrestling, apparently. Carlos, are you trying to say that I'm not a real wrestling fan? Because I don't. Promos, storylines, all of that is part of professional wrestling.
Yes.
It's very much AEW. Yes, it does do pro wrestling. Yes, it does have its great moments. It does have its great matches, everything like that. There's plenty of people in that locker room that I'm a big fan of, but I would be remiss to not say that Tony Khan's wasted talent there, a la Eddie Kingston, a la Bryan Danielson. Christ, he's already starting to lose and waste Claudio Castagnoli. So I get very much that there's that diehard AEW audience, but AEW doesn't do anything to go beyond that. And it's great if that's what they want to be, but they still pot shot WWE constantly, and that's been part of their MO. Mm-hmm. So you can't try and act like they're competition, and then the second now the shoe's on the other foot, act like they're not competition. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. So what do you think, I guess, about Daniel Garcia? I know you obviously had your whole spiel last night about Chris.
I'm mad about it. I'm really pissed off. And I mean, I think it's because we've seen it several times where, and sorry if I just jumped in there hot and heavy, but
very good.
Literally, I believe that, again, like Luchasaurus did the same thing. I'm your friend. No, I'm not. Now, Daniel Garcia, okay, I'm leaving. No, I'm not. We saw other people kind of, we saw Julia Hart thing stretch out for like 6 weeks.
Gotcha.
We had just one thing after another where I didn't like it. I mean, it didn't make sense to me. I'm tired of okay, so every week we're just going to watch Jericho. Again, he's a heel. He's getting heel wins. I get it, but it's the main event of Dynamite all the damn time. Like in the last 3 weeks, and I don't love it. And I don't think it's doing great for the ratings. If someone has an objection to that, prove me wrong, but I don't like it. I really don't. And I think there's a lot of wrestlers out there that would like to be on Dynamite that just are sitting on the bench or in catering or on dark. And yet every show we get a half an hour of Jericho and friends.
Right. We can't get Bray Wyatt and friends, but we sure as shit can get Chris Jericho and friends.
My man. I love him. Dalton I'm watching it. And Dalton came out with the boys. I love Dalton and the boys.
So Tony's scooping up people quick, right?
Well, see, I wanted to see Dalton in in actually wrestling, not in a dark match, because I know he's been doing dark matches, and that's upsetting to me because I like him. I think he's good, and I like that he's entertaining. I enjoy his whole gimmick.
But see, Tony could do something with Ring of Honor with guys like that, with even guys say like Flip Gordon. If you want to put the Jericho Appreciation Society down there and get them off of Dynamite, you make Rampage a 1 hour show of Ring of Honor. If you actually had a goddamn plan for Ring of Honor outside of just, I'm buying this because that way no one else can buy it. That's the problem.
There's so many people in Ring of Honor who I thoroughly enjoy, and I don't get to see them anymore. And it's upsetting because I did enjoy like Dalton.
Well, look at even we were talking before about Matt Taven, Vincent, all of that. You had Honor No More in Impact. So we've talked about PCO potentially going to WWE. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say PCO. Great minds think alike, man.
Right.
I was just literally thinking, like, what about PCO? What if he was, the Frankenstein of a group, or is he creepy enough for Bray?
But you could differentiate the shows. That's the thing that's what even WWE's starting to do. Raw feels different than SmackDown. If you make Rampage feel different than Dynamite, then you're in the money. Versus Rampage just is the runoff, the post credits, the 205 Live to Dynamite.
But I felt like they should have done, like, I was excited when they first announced they were going to have a second show. I was like, oh, that's so exciting. Two days of AEW. And then it's not really that good. It's like a third dark. You could, a lot of the matches you can't predict. It's like a third dark.
Well, sorry, KJ, if you go ahead. The Ocho. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move. But I feel like, as someone who's been on a SmackDown to where they've done that and then they've taped 205 Live and had dark matches and all of that afterwards, you could have fucking dancing monkeys and all of that, and you're still not going to get that big of a reaction, because after that amount of time of watching professional wrestling for the same company and everything like that, you're going to get burnt out.
I've left.
So if they split them up and you had a second, with how big their roster is, you could have a secondary roster of Ring of Honor talent. Christ, Colt Cabana, there you go. Fuck off over there.
Good promo by Dalton, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. But if you had that going, that solves any sort of issues that I feel like you are already running into.
Right. I'm not sure where we're at with this chat at all, by the way. But so was Danny Garcia okay taking a title to the face 2 weeks ago from Jericho? Right?
I guess we just forget it.
Right. So you're gonna whoop my ass, and then in like 2 weeks, I'm gonna help you out. Like, bro, you got the shitty end of the stick there.
So Dalton Castle's going to be the next ROH victim for Chris Jericho to feast on.
But he is an ROH champion. He was in the past. Yeah. He won it from Cody.
So who's next?
I don't know.
Samoa Joe, just please, God, Joe, choke the life out of that poor man. Turn that man fucking more red and purple than he already is when he's blown up during a fucking match.
Even if you lose, fuck it.
I just choke him out. I don't care if it's the no decision. Give him Eddie. Where the fuck? What is Eddie doing? He's been on the sidelines ever since he pie-faced Sami.
Yeah, and every time you see him, it's like he hasn't shaved in 3 weeks.
He looks disheveled.
Eddie Kingston? He was just on a dark match.
Oh, look what they've done to my boy.
Right?
They could have had that man competing for the world title, and now he's on a dark match.
Yeah, he's been a dark match with Ortiz, I believe, now.
So the new TBS champion, by the way.
She's not the real champion. She stole it. And she's like, now it's mine. And she's still walking around with it. You can't do that. You're not a child. That's not yours. You didn't even win it. That's bullshit.
So you're saying Tony actually has discipline around there?
No, he does. I know he doesn't.
So
people
you
fight
can
in
do whatever the hell you
time.
want. I could run up in there right now. Chris Jericho's lost the AEW title before. I could sit there and run up in there and just say, "Oh, I'm AEW champion right now."
Yeah, me
Look
too.
At me.
That title never did surface, eh? Someone had just held on to it.
So, yeah, that's up there. That's hidden away.
Yeah, because usually, some.
No internet wrestling fan can keep their mouth shut for that long.
Right? Puts it on eBay or some bullshit and like, gotcha.
The TBS, this championship, I don't think I feel like she's had it since January of this year. And all her matches, I mean, Jada's, I in the beginning, I wasn't like a fan, but I began to like her because like she worked on her wrestling and I became a fan. But I feel like they should do something more with the belt. Like, they should hype it up more. I know that they had a few pay-per-vieiew matches, or her and Ty, but I feel like they should do something more with that belt.
No.
No, just give it to Jade.
No, I think Jade's going to keep winning. I think she's going to win and win and win and win.
Will she be 50-0 at some point? Is she 50-0?
I think she's going to be like 127-0. Like, I think
whatever. Just keep winning.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be like a big deal when she loses. She's the only wrestler that her record comes up on the screen.
Yeah, it's like 38-0.
Right? So, I mean, I think they're going to play it out for a while.
That may be part of her spiel.
Right? But she's
undefeated.
She's been dominant. She's shown signs of improvement at times. But, yeah, I mean, I think when we talk about women wrestlers of the year, she's going to be up there.
Yeah, I think. I know that. I think Ty Conte won like last year, most improved. If she's not okay, here's my thing. I did like Ty in the beginning, but she did just break someone's nose because she's not a safe wrestler either.
No, there's a lot. I mean, we've talked about. I mean, Britt Baker broke her nose. Mm-hmm. Ruby broke her nose twice. Sami and Tay just dropped Ruby on her top of her head. That's the problem sometimes is you really do have to know what you're doing. Like the last few weeks here on this channel, and we've done it before as well, where we've interviewed wrestlers and they talk about the intricacies and how important it is to trust your partners, like who are your opponents in the ring. And yeah, I mean, too often they're like, sometimes I wonder, like, was that on purpose?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Sadly, they're not. What do you think wins? Ethan Page versus Isaiah Cassidy? Damien, we were going to get there when the match gets there, but
Ethan. I think it's Ethan Page. They're in Canada. He's from Canada.
I'm disappointed he didn't get a match on Dynamite, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like they should have showcased him more. I know he's a native Canadian, and I know he just moved to the States, but I do enjoy Ethan Page, except they keep moving him around in different fractions. Like he's here, then he's here. They just keep moving him around in different fractions. Now he's in the firm. I don't even know what that is. Nobody don't get it at all.
the faction for hire, I guess, was the call, but
the firm.
The firm. Dalton Castle versus Jericho. Yes. Ring of Honor title. So for the 4th week in a row. To Jericho's credit, 51 years old. He's showing up every week in wrestling.
I said that. I said, you gotta give the man some credit. He's just showing up every week, doing Fozzy concerts, whatever.
And I know, I've been giving him shit because I think it's gratuitous. And I don't think if he wasn't so close to Tony Khan on a personal level, we wouldn't be getting this much Jericho. But
I know they're like best friends.
Right? MJF has them on retainer. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it.
MJF, I don't understand that fraction, the firm, because he seems like he's mad at them all the time that they keep showing up to his matches. Yeah. He's just mad.
It's just interesting, right? Like, and even at GCW Fight Club, W. Morrissey comes out and costs John Moxley the GCW title to tie it all back together. And yeah, I mean, the firm's an interesting angle, and there we see now this week where MJF's having issues with the firm and threatening Bibbins, and you're like, wait, are you a bad guy? I'm confused.
He has some little baby face, a little face changes in his what he was saying in his promo, little bits.
Right. Great question, James. Are you covering both Dynamite and NXT? Yes, we will have a double header Tuesday. We are looking forward to it. You know us, James. We'll cover 2 shows, 3 shows, 4 shows. We don't care. We will cover them all. We will be here for both Dynamite and NXT next week. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good show. I know my buddy CJ said he's not missing it, so he will be here as well. It's going to be good. We cover all the wrestling. Don't care, like I said, if they overlap, we don't care. We do marathons. We do what we have to do to cover it all. And James, thank you for that question. But for everyone out there, if you haven't yet, like, subscribe, join us. We are covering wrestling on a completely different level. We're here every night, almost every single night. Once in a while, we'll take a day or two. But we work like 340 days a year, it feels like. But Ashley, you having a good time?
I am having a good time. Thank you for having me tonight. I'm very excited to be here.
Absolutely. So, by the way, we have Anna Jay and Nyla Rose, which I don't much care about.
Me either. I'm just glancing every once in a while. It doesn't. I'm not really that interested in the match, to be honest.
No, you can tell because nobody even threw a prediction in there. I don't think. Anybody got a prediction on this one?
Nyla. I think Nyla won.
Nyla won. See, it's funny. We joke because I'm ahead of everybody with WWE. And everyone's ahead of me on AEW.
It's weird. Oh, who's coming out? Is it? Oh, it's Jade.
Jade is here. Let's go. Let's go.
She's that bitch.
Jack is back. She apparently is.
She's that bitch.
You know what? Her whole gimmick, and I heard a couple other podcasts the other day. It made me laugh, and they got a valid point where us of the male variety aren't quite sure. Like, are we allowed to use that? Can we join in? Like, if you guys are calling it to yourselves, ladies, like we don't know, but apparently that's exclusive to you guys.
I don't care. I don't really. I never say I'm that bitch.
Right?
I don't think I ever said that.
TBS
yeah, the TBS angle. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get. There's a lot of titles that we have that they have in AEW that they don't use correctly, and they become a joke. The TBS title is one. TNT. Well, I don't understand. I love Warlow. I really did like him.
Sorry, Vicky Guerrero with the sign, the 1-0 sign. Oh, ridiculous. Yes. Yeah, Jane not happy.
No, because Nyla stole her belt.
Right. They're trying to turn the TBS belt into the 24/7 title.
Oh, God, please, not one of those. That's such a useless belt. Except Dana Brooke didn't think it was so she was like, oh, I got to make this my own thing.
I love Jane. My kind of woman. Oh. There you go, Larry. Welcome back, Larry. Good to see you. Jay just booted that security guard. Holy hell. There you go. KJ, there's another example of TK showing favoritism to certain female wrestlers, getting away with botching stuff, and then he is harsh on other people like Thunder. Yeah, listen, he's being accused of it, and the only thing he can do is let his actions prove that we're wrong about it. A lot of people are speculating. A lot of people have witnessed what we think we're witnessing as far as the favoritism and such. And again, Sami talks about somebody being, oh, that guy's too stiff. And then there's Sami in the ring, dropping a woman on her head. Like, you got to pick your poison here, buddy. You can't always, you got to take accountability for what you do. If you're in a glass house, you can't be throwing stones. You can't be getting into it. You literally have to find a way to shut your mouth and just get better. So the favoritism's a problem, Ashley.
It is. You can tell it is too. Oh, we can't wait to Chris Statlander to return. I love her. She's a hometown girl.
Right. There you go. I'm looking forward to coming back. I really thought the push and the change in her attitude right before she got injured was excellent.
And now she had her second knee replacement or knee surgery. She had a second knee surgery.
Yeah.
But she was someone who I thought would be like the first TBS champion.
Yeah. That was a good bet. Landon.
But obviously wrong.
I remember you, Landon. Welcome back, buddy. Ethan Page versus Isaiah Cassidy. Yes. So now, what are your predictions for Ethan Page, Isaiah Cassidy? Anybody?
I think it's Ethan Page is going to win because I know this match is for if Cassidy loses, that means that Matt Hardy has to join the firm. Is that the stipulation in this match? I don't remember.
I don't know, but Ethan Page mocking the Hardys, Matt Hardy throwing some deletes out there. And we got a reformed babyface Matt Hardy now.
I know. I love Matthew.
No.
There's always been a Hardy fan.
Yeah, I don't like AEW Matthew.
Not me either. Delete.
Page.
Yep, I think Page is going to win this one.
Chris returns to win TBS title. That'd be cool.
See, I agree.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So now...
Tope Tornado.
So now he has to now. Oh, okay. So that's so sad.
Oh, so now Bivens. We got Bivens.
Ethan Page won.
Oh, makes sense.
And he's Canada. He's a Canadian boy. Yeah, that seems like it's purgatory there.
Right, James. How are you so far behind? I'm way behind. I don't know what's happening.
Apparently, I was behind on one show, and you're on the other.
KJ, I hope I'm not throwing a horrible accusation of Tony possibly sleeping with certain town, letting them get away with, or I think you mean talent, letting them get away with a lot of things. Example for Baker. No, I don't think that's the speculation. I don't think anyone's ever surmised that or put that out there. I can't even really speak to it, Anthony. I think it's just a matter of being accepted and wanting to be people's friends. Wants to be one of the cool kids because he never was. Fun fact, Ethan Page wrestles blind. Really?
Is he? I didn't know that.
I didn't think so.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, there you go. I stopped watching AEW since they went to Canada. Oh, so like this week? Welcome to the show, Sonny. Jack Silverman applauding. Jeff Hardy is my favorite wrestler of all time. Landon, there you go.
I love Jeff.
You love Jeff, eh? I mean, now there's talks about him coming back, but it's interesting. I mean, he's really got to get it together. I mean, as far as continuing to do what he does,
I know.
You know, he's got, you know, you can't just keep coming back. Yes, he did. No, James. How about you?
No, I have not.
Ringing, welcome back. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. No, Jack's applauding himself. Okay, there you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think that AEW video game is going to be hot trash.
They hyped up that video game so much. I actually hope it is good. There's so much hype for this video game.
It better be phenomenal, but from all early reports, it's a little bit nerve-wracking that it's taken this long.
Yeah.
And as much money as it has, and I don't believe it's going to deliver.
There's so much hype. It's been like forever. Like the video game, and nothing.
Oh, Jack, you won this evening.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations, Mr. Jack. I missed everything because I was cleaning our PS5. LOL. Well, welcome back. I hope it's nice and clean. Nobody likes the dirty PS5.
Oh, yeah. You found it at Target. Those things are so hard to find.
Really? Wow. Okay. KJ and Ashley, with the crappy booking Bryan Danielson has been receiving since he debuted on AEW, do you think eventually he might get frustrated and ask for a release?
I don't think he'd ask for a release. I think he likes... I mean, I know that he wanted to come to a company where he didn't have to wrestle so much, but now they're making him wrestle so much. He wanted to do other things. Like, he wanted to go back to Japan and wrestle over there. But now I feel like he wrestles every single week. I think maybe since he's been back, he had, 2 weeks off? And one is because Nikki got married.
Yeah, right? So... No, to your point, and I mean, the booking of Danielson's been really frustrating. I mean, he was my pick as the best wrestler in the world. And, I mean, it was so exciting when he came to AEW and you thought, okay, a lot of good matches here. And then, but the thing is, I don't think he's frustrated. I don't think he feels like it's bad booking. I think he's saying, oh, yeah, I'll go under for Garcia. I'll go under for Jericho. Mm-hmm. I will put those guys over. I don't really care. Like, I think he's okay with it. I'm not going to lie. Santos Escobar is good, but he's not better than me.
Now they're heading to the main event.
You still are ahead of me. I'm still in commercial. Only one way to find out, Jack. Get in that ring, buddy. Ding, ding, ding. I think WR has a pay-per-view coming up. They might. We will. I know we have our calendar or our list of shows that we're going to be covering. I'm sure there's a WR one on there somewhere. But the last one we covered was really good. So we'll keep an eye on the cards, James. Thank you. My favorite part of, by the way, Ashley, I know this is your first night here, but this is my favorite part of the wrestling week is Mark Henry.
Oh, when he says, the matches, when he does his...
I just like him in the little box and the way he does things and his little comments. Man, the guy makes me laugh.
I wish he was on more. Like, I feel like they don't use him enough.
No, I think they could use him more. All right, so we got the ROH team, Brian Cage, the authors of Agony, and FTR with the returning Shawn Spears. How did you feel about that? 10. I'm surprised. Babyface Shawn.
I liked him when he was in WWE as Ty Dillinger. I think that was his name over there.
Yeah.
I've always been a Shawn Spears fan. Now he's going to be a dad.
Yeah, it's true. That's absolutely true. And I mean, Shawn Spears to me fizzled out in AEW. Now, is that his fault? I don't know. But Ty never really got over, unfortunately, like super over. And then he wandered off. And then AEW, you know, he had the angle with Cody and such, but it never really found himself over. We'll see what he does now, aligned with FTR. It's crazy that they call it the Pinnacle. Right, we're still the Pinnacle, just because MJF left. It's based off No Mercy Engine from WWE. I believe you. That's the video game, man. Thank you, Dion. I think Danielson happy to get check and easy work schedule at this point. Carlos,
yes.
I think he's content.
That's what he wanted. He wanted an easy work schedule.
Overpaid for hours on Facebook Marketplace. Oh, you overpaid for yours on Facebook Marketplace. It happens. It happens, Ricky. I got Shawn Spears. Who do you got for the win?
Shawn Spears and FTR. Nice. Definitely. FTR, I can't see them losing right now. They're such on a high. Also, side note, their last Ring of Honor match against the Broscos, that match was amazing. The last two were, those two matches were amazing.
Might be two of the matches of the year by the time we all break it down. Like, they were phenomenal. And two of the best tag matches I've seen in a long time.
They were.
And those were really fun to do live, right? Like, there was a lot of moments to react and pop and get into it. But look, he's got his 10 card.
No, he's going back to 10. 10.
Gone back to 10. Yeah, I got Shawn Spears FTR for the win as well. I'll be really disappointed they won't. I have a question for everybody in the chat right now, and you as well, Ashley. Why doesn't the tag team champ, well, the other company's tag team champ, but why do they never have a tag match? Why is it always a singles match or a 6-man tag? Why doesn't FTR, the best tag team in the world, get tag matches?
Because they book them so shitty lately. They're having like Dax by himself. Oh, let's wrestle. But I feel like they work for AEW, and I feel like Tony forgets that sometimes because they have belts from they have other belts, but he forgets that they work for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of odd. Like, it's not like they're an average tag team that just is mad that they're not getting enough shine. They're the best tag team in the world, and he's not using them. It makes no sense.
I don't understand what they're doing, what he's doing to them. I don't understand.
Now, I know people are going to point out that at Battle of the Belts, they had a match, but it's a throwaway match. You knew they weren't going to lose that match.
Wasn't the Battle of the Belts? That was last week.
Yeah, so that's the one. FTR would cut into Jericho's hour. There you go, Carlos.
The Jericho hour. You should have that.
Ashley, is that who you were talking about? Who are the Broscos?
I'm sorry if my accent came out. I didn't mean the Briscoes.
Right.
Thank you.
Yes, you knew it was the Briscoes.
I didn't know who it was. I knew who it was. Sorry.
No, Anthony knew the answer. Fun fact, Mick Foley would drive 3 hours after school before training in different city. Yeah, I believe that. And there's a lot of stories like that. Fun fact, Brian Daniels.
But it's true.
John Laryngitis. Yes, it is.
It is, though.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nikki's mom must be pretty upset with John's exploits. FTR for the win. Any news on Elite Punk drama? It's been a minute. No, it's been quiet. Yeah, like there's not even any rumors or dirt sheet leaks. It's been quiet, which means, I mean, to me, it really lends to the narrative that they're, you know, due to legal ramifications, everybody's on a gag order. Pause.
It wasn't a work after all. A lot of people believed it was a work.
Who cares? MJF can beat him. Who cares about MJF? You can beat him. All right, Jack. Mm-hmm. Get in there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it, Jack. We'll be here cheering you on, buddy. There you go. Any news? Yeah, it's been real quiet.
Yeah, quiet.
FTR. Landon. Who is both your favorite wrestler?
I differ from time to time. It changes. Right. Like I've liked the weirdest wrestlers at a point in my life. Like at one point, I was such a big Dolph Ziggler fan.
Right.
And a lot of people don't like him.
Well,
and I like the Miz.
Really?
I did. I was a Miz fan for a very long time. I liked him since he was in the real world. But
all right. Okay. Interesting choices.
I
get it. It changes. Like, I mean, and listen, everyone knows if they've watched the streams long enough that, I'm a huge Bray Wyatt fan. Tonight just put it over the top for me. I mean, it's such a huge, big Bray Wyatt fan. I said Daniel Bryan was kind of my favorite pre, Bray returning, where I thought Daniel Bryan, I think he is. And when he's in the right booking and the right position and conducting himself a certain way, he's outstanding. And again, I think FTR ends up being a favorite if we want to go tag teams as well.
FTR is, there's no denying. I think they're an amazing tag team.
Mm-hmm. But I have different favorites as as we go along. And I mean, you get to a point where you don't have like a favorite, right? Like, but I love Penta. I mean, we talk about him all the time.
Oh, thank you. It was me, right? I think.
Yeah, I think he's talking about my Canadian accent. No, I'm just kidding. Wrestling is the oldest sport.
Is it?
There you go. It goes all the way back to ancient times.
Yes, it goes back to ancient Greece and everything like that.
Yes. With greasy, oily,
Pause. Pause.
Return, that's what I was talking about. There you go. I'm giving my score now 1 out of 10.
Yes, it's pretty boring. Thank you.
Zigglypuff.
I love Ziggler. I actually have his action figure somewhere in this room.
And he really liked Shawn Michaels. That's why he copied every goddamn thing he did.
I don't have a Shawn Michaels in this room. I have a Bray Wyatt and a Billy Gunn in this room.
I really like Miz also. There you go. Larry's on your side. Also, who did Theory piss off? They're beating everybody off him. Everybody.
Yep.
He was cocky.
He's on a 15-match losing streak.
Is it really 15 at this point?
Yeah.
Wow. He was Vinny's boy.
Oh, yeah. Ringer wasn't here earlier, so look.
Hey. Yeah, they're beating the Vince off of Austin Theory right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're getting to the point of no return with this guy, where they're just going to beat him into now give us the suitcase and toodles.
0 out of 10. No one's feeling AEW tonight. It's okay because it's very after the Bray, the last 10 minutes of Smackdown. No one cares about this. I think this was recorded yesterday too.
Nick, who are some of your favorite wrestlers right now?
Right now. Well, does Bray count because he just came back? And
that was my first pick. I was like, "Fucking, I'm a Bray Mark."
Him, Roman, honestly.
Fair enough. Sami,
MJF, as we've seen.
Oh yes, MJF.
You got the scarf.
Absolutely right. I guess I might as well break it out.
I am a bit of a KO mark as well, and we know for obvious reasons.
100%. Well, Christ, I basically have been doing a stream with fucking KO's doppelganger there for about a couple months now. So,
killing me. Oh, here he goes.
Oh, he's got the scarf on.
Right. I never forget Dolph beating 3 of the Wyatt family at Survivor Series. Yeah, no, one of those moments, right?
Yeah. Well, oh shit. Because it was Randy, Harper. No, because Rowan wasn't involved. Rowan was on the other team, so it wasn't 3 members of the Wyatt family. I'm testing. I'm getting down a weird rabbit hole here.
No, I'm thinking. You got me thinking. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny right now. I can't stop collecting WWE action figures. I forgot a new Roman Reigns. I got a new Roman Reigns today. Landon, Do you?
Nice. Buddy. I'm glad to see you acknowledge the tribal chief.
Right. Good choice.
All right.
The best part of Rampage is Jim Ross ringing.
It is.
I agree with you. Oh, Ashley agrees.
I love JR. I love JR.
Now, so I guess, and this might be a hot button topic. I'll get there. With KJ, Ashley, what do you think about Excalibur on commentary?
Excalibur. See, I don't know. At first, I was like, I don't like him. But now, like, I have a soft spot for him. I do like him.
What do you like about him? His just yelling, his awful tone of voice,
his mask,
his mask. I don't know. I do like him, and I also like Taz too.
I love Taz. You can't lump them in together. I also like Taz. No, Taz is different. You're allowed to like Taz. Taz is good. Excalibur doesn't tell a story to me. He just yelled. Like, it's like the guy sitting next to you as if you were watching the wrestling with him, and he was just like, you know, kind of what we do when we mark out on here of like, oh my God, whoa, Tope, whoa, Suicida, let's go. What? Like, dude, calm down.
Morrow or
he's very
Nigel
excited.
Would be a better hire.
Either.
Oh, I'm saying they both would be better hires than Excalibur.
No, I concur. Reginald,
triple sharpshooter.
5 out of 10. She gave a 5 out of 10.
Good call, Isabella. How many power bombs will Wardlow do in this match? Over under? 3.
None, because he's not in the match.
Oh, that's Brian Cage, Damien.
Yeah. Similar look, just different ring gear.
Mm-hmm.
Tights versus singlet.
True. Mohawk versus not.
Right. That's on TV versus not.
I just got the sharpshooters now.
Why?
I just got the sharpshooters now.
Damn.
Sonny also a fan of Ziggler.
See, everyone likes Ziggler.
Everybody likes Sonny. Them sunny days. A triple sharpshooter. That's amazing. I'm currently on my way home from New Orleans. Myrtle Beach has been looking beautiful this time of year.
Jack, God damn it! Why weren't you at SmackDown shouting us out?
Why
didn't I see a sign saying Wrasslin for Life Network in the crowd there, right behind Bray?
Jack got a win tonight, according to Jack. He must have had a good match in New Orleans tonight.
Ah,
are we getting asshole chants? All right. I love KO. Good choice.
Did they win? They won.
Yes. So the not Pinnacle won.
Yes, the baby Pinnacle, because they're missing some people.
The pin, not the Pinnacle.
The baby Pinnacle's good, right? Because they're all good guys now.
Oh, look who's here!
Hit me up. I think I know who.
Flattening pop.
Oh, really?
Going over like a popcorn fart.
Yep, they're not. No one's excited. It seems like no one was excited to see them.
Because you had no music. You had no. Think about it. This is hour 8 probably right now of watching pro wrestling when it comes to AEW. If you're there live.
But they got pretty good energy at the end of the match. So I don't know how much of we can.
Yeah, shit. I would too with FTR.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, of course.
Because then they're like, "Oh, okay. Can we go home now?
Right.
Can we go home now?
Shit. Now you're gonna drag this out some more.
Right.
Right. Because again, we can't get FTR competing for the AEW titles. We need to get people challenging them for the Ring of Honor titles.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're watching Ring of Honor wrestling right now. We're not watching all Elite wrestling, right?
See, and I find it like with Excalibur just very much like, it's the kingdom. Like you got to educate your fan base. Not everyone's you, bro.
And not everyone was watching over there. And not a lot of people were watching Impact.
But this is the thing with Tony signs people that if you're a smart mark, if you're in like us 3 right now, still we're like, oh shit, it's OGK and AEW. We're okay. I'm cool with that. to your average wrestling fan, they're like, "Who are these assholes?
Mm-hmm.
And why
They're
do
the
I
guys
care?"
that are going to take the ROH belts from FTR before they go to WWE.
Please, Papa Paul. It
They're
still
like-
reminds me of that meme of everybody's showing it with every like Triple H guy of like the dude talking to the dog behind the glass door. I'm gonna get you out there. I'm gonna get you out there.
Right.
Oh, look, there's Samoa Joe and Warlow. I don't understand that. War Joe.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That was another thing. I was like, why? Not everyone needs to be in a tag team or a faction. They could wrestle singles. People could do that.
Not when you book it like New Japan, when you have basically 5 promotions under one roof.
Wait,
You've
so
got
is
Ring of
everyone
Honor,
together?
AEW, New
What is
Japan,
happening?
AEW Dark.
Am I the only one that feels like Tony is the one gearing up for Survivor Series? What has been happening lately? He's been or is that? Oh, that's just kind of his usual MO. Like everybody's in groups of 4. All the women.
Tony's
all the men.
been eating a lot of powdered donuts, allegedly.
The views expressed on this channel are that of the host.
I said allegedly.
All right, so we got more shit.
But still, is it weird to you, to both of you, that Ring of Honor gets more of the prominence, more of the shine, more of the focus, more of the attention, more of the highlight matches, especially granted when it comes to Rampage, but versus any sort of AEW title match, any sort of TNT title match, any sort of AEW tag title match, women's title match, all Atlantic shit. What?
But no, I mean, dude, honestly, you're right, and I mean, Jericho's in the main event spot, and again, maybe the answer is, well, we're just trying to put a shine on the ROH, but you
then make it the fucking show.
They make it the ROH show, not another AEW show.
Yeah, you got to take care of your
house. I want Ring of Honor to have their own show.
Yeah, but
I want their stars to shine.
Right. It's the same thing
that they do. It's called Impact. You can watch it on Thursdays.
Yeah, right. But when they were building up to Forbidden Door, Nick and Ashley, same thing where they lost focus on what their program was, and all of a sudden there was people dropped in and getting highlighted, and you're like, okay, now who are these guys? But now they're gone again, and we're back to this, and you're like, all right, now we got to build up momentum, build some stories. And yeah, you look at the ring, right? 3 ROH belts were in the ring. Then you have, all these ROH talent on top of, 3 people that were very known and established in Ring of Honor. And now AEW is becoming, souped up Ring of Honor.
It's a super indie. Someone tell me right now the longest book storyline in AEW.
The longest storyline?
Right
now, that's happening right now.
That's currently in progress in AEW.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Right, exactly.
I feel like there isn't really one.
The longest I feel would be MJF versus Moxley, with him getting the poker chip at All Out. That's really, and that's a sad statement. That's an indictment of Tony's booking, Mr. Booker of the Year.
Right.
Thank you, Uncle Dave. As Tony slips that $100 bill in your pocket. But that's the longest storyline that you have going on in AEW. Meanwhile, in WWE, we're getting Bray Wyatt back. We're getting it tying into everything for the past 2 years.
Right. Boo. Well, Punk and MJF now, like if Punk comes back in 8 months, 9 months, whatever, and kicks it back off, it will be accidental long-term storytelling. You kind of were forced into that decision. But
if Punk comes back, that's the thing. If Punk
comes back.
Well,
that's where you had the Punk. Well, the MJF story was long-term storytelling, and you had an opportunity to let him cash that chip in quick and just capitalize on all the eyes, all the buzz. And then for the last couple of weeks, you have him fucking around with Yuta. Now you have him debating whether or not he's a heel or face. And Nick, I know you and I haven't discussed that yet. Is MJF flirting with being a good guy?
I think it's He's always a tweener. It's one of those that at this point he's the best thing that he's the best thing they have going. It's one of those that's a bit like Roman of that he's that over that he even though he's a prick, you can't help but cheer him.
But he stays a prick, and that's what I'm confused with, like the handshake thing and giving Bibbin shit. Like, don't flirt with that. He doesn't need it.
I don't think he does. I enjoy him as a heel.
I don't think Tony knows what the fuck he's doing, so that's part of it.
Well, that's kind of the trump card on
the
all this,
crux
right?
of the issue here.
Jungle Boy versus Christian on Tuesday. But wait, Jungle Boy lost to Luchasaurus, so he shouldn't get a shot at Christian.
But no, so here's the thing: is you could build that up to being a goddamn pay-per-view match, but you're going to give it away on free TV.
But it doesn't make sense. The natural succession of the storytelling is
the whole goddamn storyline at this point doesn't make sense because how many times have I've sat there initially when Luchasaurus first heel turn, I called him Canosaurus and all of that, and then he went back to being babyface just because a little bit like Daniel Garcia. I just ate getting hit in the face with a title because we're buddies. And then he goes back to being a heel. It makes no goddamn sense there already. So after this, you're already fucking up.
Yeah, like somebody put it in Tony's head that if you turn and then turn back real quick, nobody will see the second turn coming and they'll love it. No.
Vince Russo.
That's not fair. It's getting close. It might be close.
I've been saying it for months now.
Right.
W.
At this point, I think it's very apparent Ring of Honor isn't getting a TV deal. It's been a while. So can I ask you both a question about that? Could you just dissolve some of these titles and start going, okay, you know what? We'll have a unification match. And you know what? We still own the library. And it's still, you know what? If we get a TV deal or something, we'll talk about it. But we're going to have some unification matches and we're going to really focus on our brand because there are some talented wrestlers coming out of ROH that could help our overall show.
It's true. I mean, they could do that. That's a possibility, but I don't know. I feel like they're two separate things. They're two separate companies, but he wants to make them one.
Well, you could do it a little bit like what WWE did with WCW is that you can acknowledge that you have the TV library or the video library, all of that and everything. And if you want to say have the AEW World Championship as the top title, Ring of Honor World Champions, second tier, I guess, world title, what have you. Right. I say you fuck off with the TNT title, leave that for Brody, Cody, all of that, retire that, move on from it. You have the Ring of Honor Pure Championship as your mid-card title. You can cross-promote and blend those two together. Yep. Like, I never really – it's one of those, if he was going to do that, he should have been done that. I think he bought it and he doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. He got a new toy. He doesn't know what to do with it.
Right.
He had two pay-per-views. I think they had two shows.
Yeah. And you pissed off Jonathan Gresham on one, and then you jobbed out Claudio at the second one.
Yep.
Right. No, I mean, we got to figure something out with this whole thing. But it almost feels like he's like trying to move his side chick into the same apartment as his number one, right? Like,
but the name Ring of Honor alone carries enough weight. I feel like that if you, especially with Warner Discovery behind it and that production and everything, you could make it a thing. Think about it if you had an intro video for Rampage and it was a Ring of Honor show. The video files that you could use, the clips and everything, or Ring of Honor intro, just showing the lineage, the history and everything like that. You could make it that this is pro wrestling. And then you get Chris Jericho as the big heel because then that whole I'm a sports entertainer invading pro wrestling feels a lot bigger, feels a lot more important.
Right. You're not wrong about the idea of and I mean, people have talked about doing like a Saturday evening show like they used to. I don't know how well that works in 2022. Interesting. But I mean, the Rampage is a fluttering brand. I think the Ring of Honor, branding is a reason. It becomes a destination for people to tune in on late night Friday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
It feels different than everything else. It would feel different if you made it even more in that hard hitting, that technical, that pure wrestling style. Maybe you dabble towards that, Josh Barnett Bloodsport. You make it feel different than what WWE's got going on. You can't, at this point, it's been proven, point fact blank period, that you cannot run with them. So you have to change course. You have to be the alternative, like you were initially, until you tried to and play their game and try and one up them.
Yeah, you can't, and you can't keep poking the bear. You can't keep poking the bigger lion. And listen, I've said it. We talked about it yesterday on the stream, where legitimately Tony just has to, just put blinders on. Don't look at what they're doing. Don't care about their news. Don't care about who they're signing. Focus on you. Look at the page and put together a good show. Make it work. Don't just watch. Oh shit! This is because what you're going to do is the same thing WCW did. Is you start signing people that aren't that valuable for more value, and you get less out of them because you're just, I don't want them to get them. I don't want them to get them. And sometimes the bigger companies, and we've seen. You're a Yankees fan, Nick. They would do that. I think we're going to get this guy. And they'd watch a team cap themselves out and then go another way. Oh, you guys, you hit your budget. Okay, we're going to sign this guy. This
right.
Guy,
we'll take that guy.
You signed a couple others that we might have been interested in.
Right.
So lots. Yes, Maria Kanellis is
elite.
Yes. Or Cassidy versus Pac.
Again?
What about it?
At least, though, can I just say this on a side note? At least we didn't get Eva Marie being involved with Bray Wyatt tonight.
That's not good.
Hallelujah, praise Jesus.
I know, but I saw that on the internet that was like a thing.
Oh no, I saw that too.
She put that fucking thing out, right?
I'll take Maria Kanellis being all elite versus I'll take Eva Marie being involved with Bray Wyatt.
That is Eva Marie trying to make herself relevant by using the most popular thing in wrestling right now.
Don't you have to be relevant at one point to then?
She was never relevant.
Fair enough. Right. The pit bulls are out. They're not fucking around, folks. About did Maria Kanellis and her husband sign? Yeah, that's OGK has signed with AEW.
Yeah, it was in the fine print of their Impact deal. They didn't notice that.
Yeah. This contract expires, you're automatically
that you are obligated to 3 months, on AEW, at least Rampage, if not Dark.
Shit, I thought that was a sex bot, Jack.
I saw that too.
I almost blocked Jack. I guess AEW is going to believe in the power of love. They need to. They need the power of positivity. Sorry, Ashley.
No, that's fine. I said, I guess they do.
Yeah, something, because it based off of. If you had, but that's the thing, I guess I keep going back to the casual wrestling fan. If the last time that you saw Maria and Mike Kanellis was on WWE, why the hell do you want to watch them on All Elite Wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone here remember someone debuting in the crowd not giving them anything? I mean, when it's a brand new person, like especially in the day where you didn't have like all the internet of like this person's coming out, you saw some flatter ovations because you're like, oh, okay. But I mean, as far as somebody known showing up somewhere and people being like, "Oh, okay," yeah,
I feel like they didn't get any applause when they just came out. Maria and them, the crowd was like, "Oh, yay!"
Yeah, as far as a debut, I don't think anything like that's really kind of happened to where you could hear a pin drop when they came out.
Victor, who are your sources? Because I don't know about that yet. I haven't seen anything verified, and there is talk that some way, some form that Punk was somehow involved in like actually being paid.
A manager.
Manager.
Yeah, he had an office job.
I heard that he was too.
So that changes the dynamic of everything, because at one point it was the EVPs beating up a contractor, but now it's fellow employees just beating the shit out of each other in the office.
And it's also interesting of how they handled the Sami Eddie situation and also how they handled the Andrade Sami situation, because those almost then theoretically set a precedent for anything that happened with Punk and the Bucks and all of that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. The storyline between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy.
Oh, yeah. If that's still counted as a storyline, if that's still going, I guess. Yeah,
I guess it's still going. They only had less than 5 minutes in the match that they had at the pay-per-view because he was injured.
True. All of you pick a WWE faction to go into War Games. Nick picked 3.
Yeah, I picked Brawling Brutes, Imperium, and Bloodline.
No, the Bloodline. I can say the Bloodline. I don't know who else. The Imperial.
Let me in. Yeah, I mean, the Wyatt Six could do something here, and I don't know if they're in it. I just see them. That would be a really good moment. Like you look at the timing now, because he keeps stretching this out. We are creeping closer to, Survivor Series. Every day we're getting a little closer. So I still have this vision of like these characters climbing the outside of the cage and being all over it, and everyone's like, "Holy shit!"
Yes, don't mind me. There's a giant man in a bunny suit climbing the cage right now. I'm a pro wrestling fan. I like pro wrestling. Just don't mind.
I didn't say they'd be in their fluffy suits, man.
The rabbit costume or the buzzard costume. But this is serious shit right now, folks.
Mercy has his beak stuck in the cage.
Right. He gets his beak stuck in there and he does the Foley spot. He gets bopped off and he goes to the table.
Right.
No, well, what do you think about the idea of with Judgment Day being involved in a War Games match to where they halfway do the intergender? Because I saw that halfway pitched. Yeah. And people was like, well, there'd be a mystery opponent for Rhea. I'm like, no, it's fucking Beth. Like that's what you need to build to. Yeah.
Ask Big Show how his turns did for his career. Yeah.
That man's got more turns than a doorknob.
Yeah. Big Show's career can be described with Roadhouse.
It's a revolving door of I'm a babyface, I'm a heel, I'm a babyface, I'm a heel, I'm a babyface, I'm a heel, babyface.
What do you think of that? ROH invades.
You missed the boat. You're a day late, dollar short. Sorry, Ashley.
No, it's okay. They should have done that like earlier on if they were going to do something like that. It would have been like in the very beginning when he first bought them, like in the first month or so. Not now.
Well, exactly. You could have do it. You know, the name on the contract does say Kaun, but it's Nick Kaun.
Right. Yeah, not a terrible idea though, if you could pull it off. But again, I don't know. See, this is where you have like Andrade, Miro, Punk, and I surmised, what if they all came back as like the anti-AEW crew and tried to run through Kenny, the Bucks, Page.
They do an ROH invasion. You could do it but like I was saying, and Ashley hit on it too, you missed the boat on that. That ship has sailed. Oh, hi, Mark. But absolutely, that boat, that ship is long gone. You can't do that now. That genie's already out of the bottle.
I gotta go. Good night. Good night. Good night. We're heading towards the door as well, but we do have a commitment to the chat, so we're almost there. Fans had a lot to say tonight. I feel like there was a lot of chatter, so I keep repeating myself, and I never have seen people debut in the crowd silent. Yes, Carlos, we know, completely agree. It was crazy. I mean, again, it was, after 5 hours of wrestling, and we talked about that. Now, this is a little different this week. That's the funny part. They filmed Rampage on Thursday in Toronto.
But I think they filmed a dark before.
I
think they filmed the dark before because I read the spoilers already. But they did film dark. I don't know, like, if it was like an hour or 2 hours, and then they filmed Rampage, and people were like, yeah, I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore.
Because when you're struggling to get reactions for your wrestling show, what do? You put more wrestling in front of it because they don't know what they like.
Well, I've been to 3 AEW shows, and I've never stayed for Rampage. I've left every single time.
It'd be interesting to. Sorry, go ahead, KJ.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, it'd be interesting to see what matches were on those Rampages that you were like, thanks, but no thanks.
Well, to be honest, I went to the first Arthur Ashe show. I was there.
The first Grand Slam, where we're like,
yeah, I was there.
I'm out.
And you left for Rampage?
Yeah, no, we had to because it's already 11:15, and I had an hour-long drive home. But we did. I did see Chris Jericho come out. We did see that. Yeah. I left right before Moxley came out. I heard Wild Thing, and then we left.
Oh. Nash has been saying Saturday, 6:05, 2-hour show. Come on, TK, make it happen.
Your last name doesn't end in Jackson or Omega, so Tony's not going to listen to you.
Mm-hmm. You got to get Jericho behind that one.
Or Victor Cabana,
Yeah.
Or Goldman. Sorry, that if we're going shoot names.
Yeah. Are you surprised how much Cabana is like kind of playing around with this Punk stuff?
No, not at all. Fuck it. If you're gonna make money, make it. If you're in for a pound, in for a
if you're gonna be the villain, yeah. If you're gonna be the villain, be the villain.
Exactly.
Sami is untouched. I don't know what it is about Sami. It's not like when you show loyalty to somebody that's not going to make or break your company, it really kind of baffles me.
But he's the one with the big mouth. He's the one starting fights backstage. It's just him. He seems to be the problem.
Common denominator.
Because he's Tony's buddy. Who else has he been to the wedding of that's been on the AEW roster?
Right. No, I don't know.
I heard that Adam Cole might not wrestle again too.
That's dirt sheety for my liking.
Yeah, T's and P's. If that's the case, I feel like that it's one of those because it comes from Meltzer. I feel like that always has that AEW tinge, that Tony Khan tinge to it.
Yeah, it said that he had a concussion and that he may never ever wrestle again. That's what I read.
Fitting that. Well, it could. He said that it could. He doesn't know when he'll be cleared. It could be today, or it could be tomorrow, or it could be never. Fitting though that they had a concussion issue, and that's been prominent in the NFL. Tony's involved with an NFL team, and so now that there's a concussion involved, we're going to hold back as much as we can. Just saying.
Yeah, no, and post concussion is a big deal.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, with all you look at, I mean, just being around it all the time, like you literally see. You see it a lot in hockey in my neck of the woods where, a lot of times, I mean, kids, teenagers, full contact hockey. I mean, you get the right pop and you're out for weeks.
Right.
And you don't know what some people have sat out for 8 months, a year. Crosby, they thought Crosby was going to retire young because of concussions.
Everybody's injury, everybody's brain's different.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody leaked the Cabana stuff to Meltzer. Per Meltzer, laugh my ass off. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Adam Cole stuff is sketchy. Yeah, I mean, Meltzer's put himself in a pickle where, this was one of the guys that a lot of people respected in wrestling. I know when I was young, you turned to the Observer for a lot, but now you can't trust it. I'm not saying he's 100% full of shit, but he's definitely shoveling a good amount of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 5-star rating used to actually mean something, and I guess halfway though, does this become an indictment of the unsafe conditions in AEW? Of you have green talent, you have people that they're doing spots just to do spots. Nothing's really planned out because you've had people like Ruby Soho break her nose. You had the whole thing to where Thunder Rosa's running, hiding backstage because she's worried she's going to get beat up. If you've got people getting concussions and all of that in the ring, we've seen plenty of spots. You and I, KJ, of how many times we've been on here.
You're like, ooh,
where you're like, ooh, that didn't go right. So how much does it become that you're putting people in a quote unquote unsafe working condition?
Well, I mean, to the point, that's a very good point. Like, I mean, should there not be some type of on-job training as far as like, oh, I want to wrestle for you. Okay, we need you to do the following. And here's our facility that's going, I don't care how long you've been wrestling, Sammy Guevara, Tay Conti, and I can run through a big list of botch machines where they need some type of like, okay, you're going to run through this and then we'll release you to the wild. Like, I don't think you can be careless with that kind of stuff. Oh, you trained yourself in your backyard, did you? Great, go.
Yeah, they lack proper training. They learned how to wrestle in the indies and they didn't have the proper training.
Well, that's what your dark and your dark elevations for, but he doesn't use it as that. And that's when you get the same guys and the same people, and you get the indie darlings that are in your main events and all of that. Like we've seen Sami sit there and hurt himself on a move he did. So
and brag about it.
Right. They almost go out there like knowing we're just going to hit a spot to hit a spot. It's great. But you're not doing anything as far as storytelling. You're doing nothing to protect your opponent. You're doing nothing to protect yourself. You're literally hurting the company more because you're getting hurt and sitting on the sidelines than you are able to continue on.
Yes. We'll get to that question.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you completely.
Mm-hmm.
Before, this will be the last one we click on tonight before we head towards the door. Before we call it a night, Bray's promo tonight. Do you think now this is a different angle, and this is actually where Nick might actually be kind of right. But I haven't given up on the faction yet, but that idea that, we still see the Fiend. These are him fighting himself, parts of himself. He was talking to himself tonight, right?
It was a part of him that he wasn't allowed to show before. Sorry, Ashley.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Go ahead.
No, I just said that he was just talking to himself, but I stopped you from talking. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying of that he showed a side of himself that he even said, I haven't been able to show this side before. He has still played that whole thing of, vessel or, people taking over his vessel and all of that. If we're going into the lore of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
and
right.
Get into, he would be, if there's a character that could do something like that, like Bray Wyatt's the type of one that could do something like that. And it was interesting of the mask, the videos that we saw that we all thought that's Bray Wyatt of, the revel in what you are videos and all of that. And it turns out maybe that's not, because Bray came out and kind of heartfelt, emotional promo and everything to where we're all sitting here, tearing up, getting misty eyed.
Ashley's like, speak for yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm not really a cold hard bitch. I'm sorry. Even it seemed like I wasn't the one crying. I'm sorry. I'm not a cold hard bitch.
Right, she's like,
you're good. I was coming in. I was verklempt. I was coming down here with the vapors and everything.
Right.
No, absolutely. Then you still see him pop up on the video package. We get this kind of weird, awkward back and forth. Well, I say awkward in that we don't know what's going on. Boom. We get his little, logo. We're out of, the
perfect.
show. Right. It's that little hook that lets you going into the next week.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, to me, it was the highlight of the night for obvious reasons.
Thanks.
I'm still, like once we get off this stream, I'm going to watch it again. And then
I think I'm going to do the same thing.
Like, it was just insane. And everything, again, a lot of people want to criticize. And I've listened to a lot of people that are wrestling experts and, it's hokey and it's bull. You know what? If you can suspend disbelief, you're nailing it. And if you can get people to buy into who you are beyond the character, then you're going to hammer it out. And for all the people, all these guys don't know how to get over. Well, here's a guy that got himself over with a white fucking rabbit and a hangman clue. And if people don't understand that, how fucking amazing that after all his time away, he was more relevant than 85, maybe 90% of the wrestlers currently wrestling on a week-to-week basis. It's fucking amazing. I was so amazed by it. Chills, goosebumps. And when I saw him getting teary-eyed, because that's a human being that truly felt something tonight. And we got to go on that ride, and it wasn't what we expected. So I know that's a long way to answer all that, but man,
we're seeing his art.
Yeah.
We're seeing his craft as somebody, as I guess Ashley, this is your first time, but as even us, KJ and everything, of somebody that puts the time and effort into stuff, doing that and creating something for somebody to see and everything like that, to see somebody that's that emotional, that's passionate about their craft, their art and everything, it tugs on your heartstrings.
Absolutely. Well, just 10 seconds without any explanation. Do we have an official Rampage rating from us? I'm going to go 3.
I was going to go 4.
4.
There you go. Perfect. Well, folks, that was Smackdown. That was Rampage. That was Ashley Rose. Give her a round of applause for her first. She sat through 3 hours. She didn't come in for 20 minutes.
With us.
I did. I hung out with you for 3 hours.
Seamless. Thank you so much, Ashley, for being here.
Welcome. If you ever need me to come back, I would love to come back.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Mr. Big Nick, what a pleasure after a couple. It's really hard. It was like, you go from like talking to the man's face to face every day. And then I missed you for a couple of days when you're on hiatus. So it was lovely to have you back here.
World.
Right? How can they miss you if you don't go away?
Exactly. No, our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that for life in it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Bye.